we're going to get started. So, we enter in a very cold, dark place. All of you are here, and again, coming to in this, you see massive stone walls. There's a little bit of torchlight. You see piles of rubble in front of you. And as you kind of come to in this moment, you've been down here for what seems like ages. Arven, an arrow whizzes right past your head, nicking just the side of your ear, not enough to do any actual damage, but enough to attempt to pull you out of this haziness you're in. You look around and see piles of rubble. You see a broken stone ceiling above, with icy rain pouring in and clouds covering over the moonlight. You can only see about 10 paces ahead of you. But looking down, you see in your hands your sword and your shield. And you look to your right and see a young strawberry blonde, slightly red-tinged hair woman. She looks familiar to you, but you can't remember her name. And you look to your left and see 3 young men. One holding a book close to his chest, one stepping in front of you with a massive shield, and another in black leathers crouching low, readying battle stances. You can't remember why you're here or why these people around you look so scared. You peer above the rubble you're sheltering behind, and off in the distance, you see a little bit of a balcony in these ruins you're in, and you see more than half a dozen shadowed figures preparing to volley arrows at you. What do?
I'm going to raise my shield to continue to brace, and then I feel like I would address the person I slightly recognize and ask if she knows what's going on.
Okay. A tall, blonde woman in dark leathers with green cloth and a massive shield looks at you, Yldiane, trying to ascertain what's happening.
I'm just as confused as you. I don't know how I got here. Do you remember anything?
I don't, but we appear to be in danger. Are you able to defend yourself?
Do I have a shield?
You do not have a shield. You have studded leather
so.
armor and your weapons.
Okay, I'm going to start, as I notice the shadowed figures, I'm going to start darting my eyes around, looking for the closest type of cover.
Okay.
That I could try and roll to.
So,
do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. With your nebular lantern that you have, it gives you about a 10-foot radius of light here. And for the purposes of this, I'm fine with that being attached to your hip somehow and still being lit up. So you have your hands free. So you can see about 10 paces in front of you, and beyond that, it's just dark. So go ahead and give me a perception check. Roll a d10 and add your perception bonus.
First roll.
12. You see, and I think in this moment, maybe you like unclick your... So where you are standing right now, you are behind a decent pile of rubble. Like you're here sheltering just enough, but you need to move. And you look and kind of hold out that lantern a little bit. And you see a passageway behind you all, but in front of you, kind of stepping forward slightly, you see more piles of rubble, and then they just kind of slope down into this open area in this almost courtyard-like area of these ruins. And then beyond that, you see the shadowed figures holding their arrows at you.
I'm going to just yell out to everyone. Everyone, there's a door behind us! And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start running towards the door.
Okay. You ready, essentially in action, to go run behind the door. I'm going to move to Ian. What are you doing in this moment as you kind of come to and hear this discussion between these two women that you don't recognize? Not sure why you're here.
Is anyone hurt?
At this moment in time, none of you
Anyone?
have been hurt yet.
Do you see... Where are they firing from? Can anyone see?
Yes, Yldiane and Arwen.
I'll also try and look at myself.
Sure, give me your own perception check.
12.
12. Utilizing the light from Yldiane's lantern, you peek around this pile of rubble and see the same thing that she saw. You see the rubble kind of descends and falls flat. You're standing behind like a big mound at this moment, and peeking around, you see these shadowed figures along this balcony across this probably 60-foot room that you're in.
I'll lay down some cover fire. And I'm gonna kind of like peek around that mound, and I'm just gonna start firing towards that area.
Sure. So you can make a standard attack in this moment if that's what you'd like to do. Or if you would like to add a bonus to your attack roll and be more offensive, you may take that stance too and get a bonus to your attack roll.
I think it'll be more standard.
Okay. So roll
like more of a, trying to lay cover, not so much exactly hit or anything, just trying to lay cover.
Okay. Give me a standard attack roll. So a d10 plus your standard attack.
That's the attack.
Yep.
So that would be 10 for me.
Yep.
Right? So I rolled a 3, 13.
13. You peer around the corner, unsure, not certain what's happening here. You see these people, you see these shadowed figures, and you just unleash an arrow. And you, by the sound of pain, you are unable to see that it hit, but you just like nicked, and you hear, get them! In this moment, I would like for everybody here to roll a d10 and add your speed to that number, and let me know what it is.
$19.
I am a straight 10.
16.
Very sorry, where is speed?
It is on the
It's
second
under the
page
weapons.
of your character sheet.
Under defense.
Under
Defense, speed, armor.
Upper right
It's
hand.
got 11.
Oh, there it is. Okay, 10.
11 for me.
Liam, 10. Ian, 11.
Thank you.
Okay. This is initiative. Yldiane, you go first. So you were running towards the door. Is that still what you'd like to do in this round of initiative?
I'm thinking to myself that I don't have a shield and I don't have a bow, so I'm no good to anyone unless I'm up close. And in case we're gonna need an escape, yes, I'm gonna keep running to that door to make sure that it's even open so that if we need to get out, it's dealt with.
Okay. You run up to this door, and it is like a massive... You run down this like narrow corridor that kind of branches off from behind you all where this combat is taking place, and you come to this stone door that appears to have a locking mechanism on it. You may attempt to force it open, and by doing that, you would give me a feats roll. If you have another idea of trying to open this door, let me know.
I got a pretty good bonus, so let's do a feats roll.
Okay, go ahead and give me that roll.
13. Maybe that wasn't that good.
13.
The roll
You
was
run up
bad. The bonus
see-
is fine.
You're able to move this latch slightly enough, but as you do so, it kind of gets caught, and you can there's give on this door, but you can't quite get it here in this moment, and you end your turn here struggling with this door. Arwen, you are up next.
Is my back to Yldiane?
Yes.
Okay. Could I possibly hear her struggling with the door?
Yes, it is not that far away. It is about 10 to 15 feet away from you. And Yldiane, again, super narrative, fluid game. If you want to yell out to your friends in this, absolutely do so. Just go ahead and do that if you'd like.
Can I
Okay.
go back in time and I yelled out what my thoughts were to
Absolutely.
everyone, so that
Yes.
everyone knows that I'm trying to get the door open in case we need an escape.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So having heard her yell for assistance with this door, I'm going to turn and sprint and try to ram it holding my shield and push through the door.
Okay, give me a feats roll.
Just a battering
17.
17.
Yes.
This is just what you needed from your best friend. As you yell out, I can't get this door open, you see Arwen rushing towards it with her shield in hand, and big push against the door, and it shatters, not necessarily shatters, but kind of crumbles open, and you're able to, you can see just enough, you can squeeze your way through. It will take a minute, but yes, that is your turn. You get that door dislodged to be able to escape through.
And I would call out to the guys, like, if you're friendly, you might want to come this way. We might be outnumbered.
Okay. Up next is one of the archers, and Ian, where you are near that rubble, an archer is going to... I don't even have a D10 out. What the fuck? Bad GM. I forgot I needed my own dice.
Ew.
get your D10s, you say.
Yeah,
You're gonna need it, you say.
Get your D10s, guys. I'm a good GM. I remember this stuff. The archer that you managed to graze is going to volley an arrow at you, Ian, and that is a 13. Does that beat your defense?
Yeah.
Okay, you take 2 damage points as an arrow hits into your shoulder. And with that, it is your turn, Ian.
He's gonna kind of yank that arrow out, throw it to the ground, and is Urvan next to me?
I would think Urvan
Big,
is still
tall,
close. Urvan has not had a
shielded
chance to move much yet. I would say Urvan is close.
Okay. He's gonna move up over next to him and tap him on the shoulder. I don't know what's going on, but we might need to move back. You got a big shield. You wanna protect us? I'll fire some arrows.
You're not with them then. Okay. And Urvan is completely lost as he is like. I assume Urvan was the one with the did you say he has a book in his hand?
No, that's Liam.
Oh, that's Liam.
Oh, that's Liam. Oh, okay. And do I have a shield?
You do.
I
Get that great big.
he literally goes, looks at the shoulders. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure. Well, never mind. Get behind me, and he is gonna raise. He's gonna raise his shield up and put himself between Ian and the others.
Okay.
And the attackers.
Okay.
So Ian is gonna take a more defensive stance, and still I'm gonna take a shot from that defensive stance.
Okay.
In the general direction,
Okay.
and it's a 15.
15. That definitely hits an
7
archer.
plus 8.
Yes, and I believe 2 damage on that.
2 damage. Yeah.
2 damage. Yes. You unleash and get that same archer that just kind of playing with on the side, and you can hear the thump of a body as it slumps with that, and you hear groans of pain. You think you got that one.
Okay. And I'll just be kind of like right behind with, like, as we're backing up, one hand on Urvan's back.
Okay.
So he knows that I'm right behind
Right
him.
there. Sure. And with that, it is Urvan's turn.
Urvan is going to back up with feeling that behind him. He's going to keep backing up towards the door that's someone shouted is behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Trusting Ian to sort of guide him as he keeps the shield up, and he's going to use his crossbow. He's not going to be able to reload it with his shield up, but he's going to bring his crossbow up from his hip, and he's going to take aim and shoot at the nearest source of arrows, the nearest shadowy figure he can see.
Okay.
That looks like they're the one that's going to try and chase after them.
I would say with your shield up, this is probably a defensive attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's only going to be an 11 with a +2 on the defensive stance.
Okay. You just kind of wildly aim this crossbow as you're walking backwards with Ian behind you. I would also like for you to give me a feats roll in addition, as you are walking backwards into an area you cannot see.
Fun.
And you unleash this crossbow, and you hear you hear another cry of pain. You think you got someone. What was the feats roll?
It was a 9. It's a flat roll because I have no points in feats.
In this moment, as you are backing up, both of you, Ian there, thankfully Ian is behind you as you begin to, you unleash the crossbow, step back and trip over a piece of stone, and Ian, you're there to catch.
Oh.
As you catch Urvan, he's like, I think I got him. Somehow.
It sure sounded like it.
We should leave. I don't think they like us. I'm Urvan, by the way.
Name's Ian.
Good. And yeah, we should go. And he's gonna keep backing up with the shield out.
Okay. Liam, it's your turn.
I love them. So I awaken, I hear this chaos around me, and I don't even feel like I'm in my own body, whatever that means. I look at my hand, and there's a little bit of dirt underneath my fingernails, and I feel the sword at my side, and I wrap my hand around it, but it feels unnatural to have my hand on it. So I look at wherever it is that the guy with the shield is, and I just try and run over to him, grasping onto the book that I'm holding onto. Can I make it over to him?
As you kind of come to in this moment and look around, you can catch the glow of a lantern just off the way. Liam, you're the furthest from everybody in the group in this moment.
Fuck.
You can kind of see shapes moving. You can make out a shape that appears to be holding a shield with another humanoid behind, making their way towards this door. As you attempt to here with no real source of light for you, give me a feats roll as you try to scramble over to the rest of the group.
5 plus nothing. 5.
5. As you turn to withdraw towards everyone else, you hear something. You hear a metallic sound which immediately attracts your attention, and you kind of whip around and you see a figure standing before you. Difficult to make out their face in this darkness. You can tell that it is a man with short cropped hair, and he is aiming a bow at you, intent on killing you. And as his arm draws back, the little light left, you can see the glint of a silver bracelet on his wrist, And just as quickly as you see that bracelet, his arm pulls back as he unleashes an arrow at you. Does a 12 beat your defense? I think...
Oh, almost certainly. My defense, as is attack 1, defense 15. What's my stance? Oh, my defense is 13. There it is.
Okay. So just enough. You move out of the way as this arrow gets unleashed from this person. And as you continue walking towards the rest of the group, you see this person is following. And that's your turn. You reach the group here.
Okay.
We're back. Go ahead.
Oh, am I allowed to call out with any remaining time of my turn? It's okay if not.
Absolutely.
What do you want? Why are you doing this to us?
You say what do you want while you're doing this to us, to this person, and you see they pick up their pace and they don't answer your question.
Okay. Yoinks.
To keep things slightly there's no real initiative, but we're just doing this for this scene. We're gonna move back up to Yldiane. What would you like to do?
I've opened the door, right? Like, the door's open.
It's like partially with the thud, like with Arwen pushing with her shield against it. It is cracked enough to where, unfortunately, each person will need to kind of shimmy their way through, unless Arwen would like to try to push it even further open. And I also want to be clear, while this is quote-unquote initiative, you may discuss with your friends and do something at the same time as each other. If
I was just going to say,
a narrative
could we push
purpose
it at the same time? I think if we push it a little more, we could fit through quicker and get everyone out of here faster. Would you help me?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll take a feats roll from both of you.
Okay, I have a question now that we're back to the feats.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bonus 8 to feats, but underneath where it says I have special abilities, it says I have +2 to all feat rolls. So is the 8 already with a +2?
So under your domain and disciplines, that's your static bonus that you have for feats. That special ability you're seeing is going to come into play when you take more trauma points.
Okay.
So it's not active currently, but it will be later.
Okay, thank you. 14.
What'd you get, Arven?
14.
14. 2 14s.
Nice.
The two fucking besties as you both
I mean, maybe not
push.
nice, but cool.
I have a +9, so.
Yeah, true. As you both kind of stand there side by side with everyone else kind of rushing up behind you, Arwen with your shield pushing against it, Yldiane just with your hands is really what you're doing here, just trying to force, and you do. And you both kind of stumble forward through, and you are met with a long, dark corridor in front of you. With both of you going kind of at that time, you're very close in this initiative order. We'll move to Ian.
Liam made it to us.
Liam is just trailing up at the end, and if you certainly can look and see Liam approaching, and you see another figure approaching fast that you assume is one of the bad guys.
You just hear him go, "Hi, sorry." As he's like,
It's okay. Oh, you're being followed.
"Yeah."
Here, get behind us. And he's gonna try and again another defensive shot, just so that as we're moving back, we're kind of staying all together. That's an 18.
An 18 is pretty on a defensive shot.
Rolled a 10. Yeah,
Oh,
I rolled
shit.
a 10.
Very nice.
Okay, as Liam approaches and says, I'm sorry, and this figure behind you, just defensive or not, you unleash an arrow and you get right in the jugular of this person. And Liam, you see, as now getting closer in the light, it is a young man, short brown hair, and holds his hand up to his throat, and you catch that silver bracelet one more time. And he looks at you, Liam, and says, "You killed me." And he falls to the ground, dead.
I look back and forth between the two friends and back down at the guy with the bracelet, and I kneel down with the guy, and my hands are shaking, but I'm gonna try and see if I have anything to wrap around his neck to stop the bleeding.
Okay, yes.
It feels wrong.
You certainly have a few like bandages with you, with your class as a scholar and your background. You would have that on you. It is really basic. It's just cloth.
Yeah, I just
As you're doing this, Urvan sort of turns and he's like, "I think you might have shot the wrong guy."
Well, he looked very, very scary.
Yes, but she's trying to save him now.
I'm gonna look up at you two and just say, "Help me."
Here, you stand guard. And Ian he'll crouch down and try to assist Liam in whatever way.
Okay.
He's not very versed in, I don't think, medicine, so but
I will take I will give Liam a +1 bonus from Ian assisting you in trying to stop this. And I will take either from Liam a Demorthin Mysteries, Magents, or a Natural Environment roll. One of those three.
Okay,
And you can add an additional +1 from Ian.
Erudition was not one of them?
Erudition is your ability to read. No.
Okay,
It's,
never.
Okay.
I could read
Demorthin
Demorthin
Mysteries. Demorthin Mysteries, Magents, or Natural Environment.
9.
In which
Oh, wait,
one?
10 with the +1. In Demorthin Mysteries.
Okay. You take some of your cloth bandages that you have, wrap them around the neck, and you see just this blood is just flowing. And as you try quickly, hurriedly to fix this injury, you are completely unable to. And he's gagging, looking up at you. And you truly watch the light leave this person's eyes as they die in front of you.
Shaking, I close his eyes, his eyelids, and I look up at, Ian and Urvan. I say, "We need to get out of here. What's happening?"
You don't... I thought you knew. And Urvan is going to run forward with his shield and just put it up between the between him and the others, just doing the same thing he was doing before.
Sure.
The crossbow's now spent, so he's just going to drop that on its bridle to his side, the line that's connecting it to his shoulder, and with that hand, he's just going to draw his sword because he can't reload while holding the shield. He's like, they seemed intent on trying to kill us. I don't really think we should stay. But I'm a bit lost as to what's actually happening. I'm not gonna lie. I'm fully out of my depth. We should go.
I think that's a good call. I think we should run.
I would like
agree.
a mental resistance roll from Liam and Ian.
Okay. And I'm gonna take the bracelet.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah, and whisper my apologies to the corpse. What was the roll?
Mental resistance roll. So
resistance.
under the sanity section on your character sheet, you'll have your bonus there. You can add that to your D10 for that.
Okay, thank you.
At 11.
11.
Third page, sanity, mental resistance.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Mental resistance. Okay, well, I rolled a nat 1, so let's start there.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Ian, you take 2 trauma points.
It's an 8.
Liam, on a 1 on the D10. Where is it?
But I have 7 mental resistance, so I'm like good, right?
Please roll another D10, Liam. Don't add anything to it.
2?
Very quickly after this immediate scene, so we're speaking of trying to bandage a nasty wound in the jugular of this person, you develop a phobia. It can either be the place or the type of creature or person, and you will do everything to stay away from the source of that distress. So, flavor that how you will going forward with probably bandaging people.
I was about to say hematophobia or whatever the blood phobia is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And in addition, you take
like,
four trauma
Campaign.
points. So fill in 4 bubbles on the trauma line under the sanity chart, and tell me how many total you have if you've crossed over into one of the other thresholds. Okay, which one?
Just the one. Into symptom.
Symptom. Okay. Not crazy. You're okay.
It's okay. That'll
For the
happen
most
to me
part.
pretty quick too.
Twinning.
We have 4
After
trauma.
this scene, so we have
Let's go.
Yldiane and Arwen at the front, having pushed through this door and now just kind of coming to in this long corridor in front of you. The 3 of you in the back attempting to... You're not sure if this person was good or bad, honestly. You didn't get enough information. Other than the fact that they did try to shoot you. So you have that information. Moving from here, you don't hear the sounds of any more men behind you. You don't hear the sounds of arrows or swords or steel. You all kind of step through into this corridor, and we're out of this initiative order. As you all kind of make your way through, who is leading the group?
I will.
Arwen? Okay. It is dark. Very, very dark. So I don't know if Yldiane might be up front with you with the lantern to try to light the way.
I would be.
I have a
yeah.
torch too.
Oh,
I
you
feel
do?
some
Okay.
type of connection, even though I can't understand why. And so, because I'm intuitive, I want to trust my intuition, and so
Okay.
I will be close to her.
Okay. Yeah. Feels comfortable. So we have Arwen and Yldiane at the front. It's a long corridor. You see still as you kind of make your way through cold stone, dark walls, the rain coming through in cracks and what appear to be ruins here. Where are the rest of you in this as you kind of begin to walk forward?
Say after kind of that traumatic scene, Ian would be kind of walking beside Liam, I believe, and I'm sorry, I was just trying to cover you.
No, you did the right thing. I don't know why that got into my head. There's something about the bracelet or the way he said that I killed him. What does that mean? I didn't do anything.
In fairness, he did have an arrow in his throat at the time. So
I mean, valid, I guess.
I'm
Yeah.
just speculating. That could have had something to do with it. And Urvan is keeping his shield out. He's put his sword away, but he's going to keep his shield up and sort of glancing behind him as he goes, trying to keep an eye on the path. So he's bringing up the rear, as it were, but just behind, so he can stay part of the conversation, because he is an extrovert and he is sort of, hey, new friends, shared trauma, and he's as he sort of so
Trauma bonding.
I'm absolutely fine with what with the idea of self-defense. I'm a little fuzzy on the why we had to defend ourselves. I was wondering if either of you could illuminate me on that.
I don't know. I just came to while we were getting shot at.
Oh,
I would
it's
introduce
not just me.
myself. I don't even know who I am. I would introduce myself, but I can't. And I'm gonna call out to the two people at the front. Do you know anything that we don't? Did we all come to at the same time?
From what I can gather, listening to you all, yes, I believe we're all in the same boat.
I have
So
no
just
learn the way
recollection of
forward.
this place.
I do feel some sort of connection to this one beside me, but I don't know why.
Okay. I guess there's only
Suppose
one
you
way
feel any
forward.
connection to me?
Not at all.
I feel a kinship.
I'll take it. I'm
Sorry, I don't recognize you.
no.
I don't recognize anyone
afraid
here.
I don't either. Well, I didn't recognize the chap that died either. He was a mystery to me. But then I have no idea how I got here either, or where here is.
I'm going to wipe the blood off of my hands and open up the book I have and see if there's any information in it.
Okay. Give me another Demorthan Mysteries roll.
Mystery roll
It's a brand new diary with nothing written in it.
keeps falling elsewhere. 10.
10. The book that you have is one of study in Demorthan Mysteries. There are histories within there, but nothing in particular. You don't see that you made any kind of like notes yourself. It would make sense to me that Liam probably also has like a separate notebook in addition to like a scholarly book of Demorthan Mysteries on you. And I think looking in your own little notes, however Liam does that either by words or drawing or descriptions, whatever it might be, it stops after a description of you leaving Melwyn's Vale. And that's where you hail from. And there is a note in there regarding distress signals. Must travel to Loch Varn. Essentially, however Liam would have retained that information, that's what you gather from that.
Yeah, it would have been essentially those words with little sketches of different flora that he encountered on his travels,
Sure.
like little sketches of flowers or trees. I'm gonna disclose this to everybody and say, does anybody know Melwyn's Vale or Loch Varn? Is that where we are?
I will take either natural environment, travel, or relation rolls from the rest of you. You may decide on those three what you would like to roll and tell me the result.
I'm gonna roll for travel.
I'm rolling for relation.
Me too.
I just
And I've
got
a
20.
15.
What?
What?
That is hard to get in this game.
That's
Damn.
fun.
I know I have a plus 10 to travel and I rolled
Yeah.
a 10.
Aragorn,
He
what's
knows
up?
everything.
13 in relation.
12 in relation.
Okay.
15 in relation.
I think for the rest of you, your mind is completely blank. But for Yldiane, on a 20 on travel, you know Loch Varn is a lake in the south. You know Melwyn's Vale is further north, closer to the border between kingdoms here, and you know that this area in particular has recently seen control from the Demorthans. The Druids control this area recently. They've recently taken more control over it than more of the indigenous folk here. Demorthans have kind of really seated they have a spot here that they didn't have at least even 10 years ago. You don't know why that is, but with a 20 on travel, that's what you...
And with my memory, though, and everything, and, like, I don't know where we are right now.
Correct.
Right?
You do not
So I
know
don't
if
know
you
where
are
this is
in Loch
location to
Varn.
us.
You don't know what these ruins are that you are within, but hearing Loch Varn or Melwin's Vale, you're like, okay, it's slowly starting to come back. I know Loch Varn is a lake in the south. I know Demorthans have more control over this area than other people, and that's a recent thing. But that's kind of what you get.
The name stirs something in me. I know that recently the Demorthans have... Sorry, what was it that they did? They rule here, or they took control?
They have kind of taken more control over this area. It's not necessarily that they rule it, but there are more Demorthans here than there used to be.
Okay. I know that recently there's been more Demorthans, and they've taken control of certain parts, but I know it's in the south. Unfortunately, I don't know where we are right now, and so I couldn't tell you whereabouts. We could be there for all I know.
Oh, that's disconcerting. I don't suppose anyone knows where this corridor is going, or if we... Do you even know if we came this way into that room and are coming back the way we came, or are we heading somewhere new? I have no memory before the first arrow flew.
Me neither. I think that there's only one way to find out, because we're not going to find any answers by being in the dark.
No, that does seem unlikely.
Want to lead the way?
Well, I was keeping watch at the back, but honestly, I mean, you broke open the door, and strangely, no one's come after us.
Yeah.
That is strange.
And a little disconcerting in and
like
of
this.
itself. Can I do a perception or something to try and peer into the darkness and see any movement, or if they're just keeping out of range?
Give me a perception check.
It's not great. I've got a +1 to hearing related, so I'm going to strain my ears a little bit. And that's... so the bonus is 4 on a 7 for 11, but with the +1 it's 12.
Okay. Continuing all of you to kind of shuffle forward, Urvan, you hear, there are cracks in the areas of the ceiling here, and you could hear the wind and the rain outside, and just slightly carried on that through the walls. You pick up the muffled sound of men speaking. You are unable to make out what they are saying. It sounds like at a minimum of 2 voices, and you know that the direction is ahead of you.
Ahead as in the direction we're traveling?
Yes.
Okay. Arven is... Guys, don't mean to alarm anyone, but there are voices ahead of us, not from behind. I can't make out what they're saying, but judging by how we were received in the last room, I'm suggesting we try and not just charge in and get shot.
I can take a look. I can sneak up there and see if I can just hear or see if they're a danger.
Sure. Ian kind of stepping forward from the group, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
And he'll kind of motion to, sorry, how do you, Yldiane?
Yldiane.
Yldiane, yeah.
He'll motion to the lantern, like, you might want to just cover that or keep it hidden just for a second.
Okay. And I have things hanging off of my belt, and I'll just kind of cover it with a shawl kind of thing, and I'll get into a defensive standing just in case.
Okay.
I rolled a 10 for 17 stealth.
Nice.
Good to have a little rogue. Okay, Ian, as you kind of slowly...
And he's going to take a movement stance.
Okay.
So.
Cool. If anybody else would like to take a specific stance, you may let me know so right now before I get into Ian's stuff.
Movement.
Okay.
I think I would be in defensive.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be still holding my
defensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, holding my shield up. And I feel like I would have my sword at the ready as well.
For sure. Okay.
Me too.
I'd draw mine. Just to have it ready.
Ian, as you kind of crouch low and slowly make your way forward, now with, not having the lantern kind of helps you a little bit as you kind of creep forward, and the moonlight that is able to seep through some of the cracks, you can see a little bit better as your eyes kind of adjust here in the dark. And as you continue forward, you pick up just the faintest glow of a torchlight in the distance, stopping far enough to not be seen or noticed. And you see actually 3 figures here, and also a tent. And as you kind of look a little closer, you see a very small fire in the center of them. So you got 3 figures here, a tent behind them, and that fire in the center. And you pick up the words, "They've been gone too long," from one of these figures. And you hear from another, a rougher, older, elderly voice that just says, "The chapel." That's what you get.
Can I'm gonna try and see, are they well armed, and how much danger do they portray as that? Are they looking like they're very aggressive, or are they like camp tendies? And
you can give me a perception check if you'd like. It may require you to move a little bit closer to determine specific detail. If you'd like to do that, I'll take another stealth and a perception from you. If you want
generally
to
where
get
I'm
closer.
standing, 12.
12? From where you're at? Okay. You kind of strain your eyes, and you see one figure is seated and a little hunched, and you can see their hands are closer to their chest. And you think that might be the more elderly person. You see another person standing and kind of pacing around the fire, and you see a sword at their hilt. Can't make out facial features or armor, but they have a weapon. And the third individual is also seated, but has their knees up to their chest and is rocking back and forth.
Okay. And one last thing before I step away, is there, or can I see a path around this group?
You do not see any openings on the walls on either side. It's like you're looking down a long corridor, and then there's this random camp with these 3 people. And unfortunately, from where you are, it's just pitch black on the other side. You can't, with that fire illuminating the space, you can't see beyond it.
Okay, so I'll head back to the group and report. I can definitely see that there's one that has a sword, but the other two, they don't look very armed and capable. I think we approach it cautiously.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm game. It's quite. Why
couldn't
don't you
see.
keep that bow handy? You're quite a good shot with it, you know.
Oh, thanks. I do practice a lot.
Speaking of, and he's going to take a moment to reload the crossbow before they go in. So he winds it back and puts the bolt in, and then puts it back on his hip as he takes the sword out, just in case. Never know, we might need it.
Oh, always good to be ready.
Apparently.
Who's the most charismatic in the group?
Well,
Those
I
with
think I'm
creativity.
I think I'm a rather charismatic person. Maybe I shouldn't be at the front though. Maybe I could be like one back.
I think I'm fairly charismatic, I suppose. I feel like I'm good at talking to people.
You sound it too.
Sure if I. Well,
Yeah.
So. I've
You
also
sound
got a
confident.
shield, so I can. Well, thank you. I have my shield as well, and that does lend a little bit of confidence when you can hide behind something large and metal. So,
Yeah.
I'm willing to go forward and what do I say?
Let us through. Well, like, those other guys were fighting us, but maybe we just, like, wrong place, wrong time? We don't even know who we are. Like,
Were they
we
wearing
surely...
the same
They did
clothing
mention
as
that they.
the gentleman with the arrow in his throat?
Did I notice whether they were wearing similar garb? No, couldn't quite see it. I couldn't quite see. I was trying to be safe and stay back a little
Yeah,
bit.
can we just, like, be quiet and sneak past them? I don't know what it looks like, so do you think that we could just, like, do that?
I couldn't see a way around, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did look, but they said that it sounded like they were waiting for someone, and they made mention of a church.
That settles wrong in my stomach.
And I'm gonna look at Urvan and his garb, and it's like, yeah. maybe you should go first.
Does Urvan know his background is the church, or is that something that he's just not aware of?
Could you deduce it from what he's wearing?
Could we deduce it from what he's wearing?
Who of you has high empathy?
Me.
Yldiane?
Me.
Liam somewhat?
Yeah.
Low.
Urvan,
What's high?
being in 4 or 5.
I have a 5.
Oh,
Okay.
3.
Okay. Yeah, 4 or 5 in empathy. As Urvan kind of, considers, and you bring up what he's wearing, Yldiane, you look, and all of your minds are still quite hazy. Urvan, you're very fucking confused. You're just confused. And it's starting to show up a lot. I don't know that you've taken a really close look at yourself. But Yldiane looking at Urvan, and actually I would say Arwen to being more strong of mind, maybe resisting this a little bit more. It's obvious You cannot recall what religion Urvan follows or relates to, but Urvan has the most different gear from everybody else here. And it's obvious. And it's pretty. And it's well made.
Hmm.
You look pretty churchy to me.
I was just thinking the same
Right.
thing.
One
of these things is not like the other.
I suppose that's true. I'm sorry, was I supposed to be attacking you, or?
You better hope not.
I sure hope not.
No, I definitely don't want that. I saw what happened to the other chap. I mean, if they said something about the church, and I'm sort of churchy, maybe they won't look twice as I try and just usher us through.
Maybe we could pretend to be prisoners, and you can be like, come on, prisoners, or whatever.
But we're armed.
Oh, well,
Does anybody have,
Yeah.
rope?
With that great charisma of yours.
Many of you
Yeah,
have
no-
rope in your gear, I'm pretty sure.
That's true.
I think I have rope even. I do.
I mean,
traveling
prisoners
gear.
don't usually walk through with bows and swords and the like. I'm guessing I'm not accustomed to taking prisoners. I don't think I am. Doesn't feel right. But then again, none of this does. So I'm just gonna go with the flow on this. And if you guys want to pretend to
about-
be my prisoner, I will do my best to be an accommodating captor and lead you swiftly from this place past whoever that is.
That's, really nice of you.
I can maybe take some of you guys' weapons and stealth by. Stay on the outskirts while you guys walk
We
through.
could just try it with one and see if they stop us. I mean, if they don't, we can just we're just assuming they're going to stop us. We might just walk right past them. Say,
Maybe.
Hi, Bill. Keep walking.
Bill's very Celtic.
No idea what names are normal or not. I'm just.
All right. Urvan, you are approaching the camp up there?
Yep.
Okay. Are you approaching stealthily or just walking up?
I think I'm gonna just walk up with sword sheathed but shield out,
Okay.
and he's sort of well, wish me luck, and waits for a couple of beats too long just to see if anyone does, and then and steps forward into the light and sort of he's not hiding his approach, but he's not rushing forward either. He's just sort of stepping forward.
Stepping forward. Okay.
Sound, yeah, just walking forwards. Sound of his footsteps being audible.
Sure.
In the empty hall.
Okay. As you leave the rest of the group behind, I would say the rest of you are probably 50 feet back as Urvan begins to walk forward at a steady pace, not quietly, but not forcefully or, just approaching.
Flying casual.
Seeing what's up.
you know.
As you begin to kind of approach this campfire tent little area here in the distance, as you get closer, you begin to be able to see the weary faces of 3 men. And again, as Ian saw, you see one pacing around the campfire, you see one hunched over like this, and you see another with their knees up to their chest shaking back and forth. As you get closer, the one circling the fire quickly turns their head as they hear you and shout, "So, did you succeed?"
Well, met with a slight bit of resistance.
Did you find the exit?
Not so much, no.
Give me a performance.
There was...
Not so much.
That's an 18.
What are you
On
talking about? We came out of the
Please
exit.
continue your monologue, Urvan.
I'm afraid I was waylaid by some shadowy figures who put up quite a fight, and but we managed to escape their arrows, and but it seems that the way forward, this way at least, is a little dangerous. Have you had any luck on your end?
You see, are you getting any closer, or are you keeping distance between them?
He's kind of is there the equivalent of an insight roll to see if he can sort of read their body language, to sort of see if there's see how they're
Closest
regarding
to
him?
that here would be a relation roll.
I'd like to do a relation roll to try and gauge how they're feeling about him returning.
Okay.
Apparently returning. That would be a 7 plus 9, so 16.
16. You gather that these people know you, and you don't know them, but by way of the initial question of, so did you succeed, they know you, and they don't appear, at least in this initial little conversation, threatening to you. As you kind of ask, what about you? You see the pacing man, and now you can see is wearing just worn leather armor, has a decent sword, but nothing crazy. Does appear to be pretty bulky, like a warrior of some kind, and likely the leader of these 3 men here. This is the guy calling the shots in this space for right now, as far as you can tell. And as you say, what about you? You see a look of confusion cross his face as he says, what do you mean? We don't have time for this. You were sent ahead to find an exit. You didn't find, you think the exit is behind us? Where's the rest of your group? And the rest of you,
No.
you are able to pick up from where you are. It's a little quiet, but you can hear this conversation taking place.
No, I meant we were attacked. We came back to warn you that there are people in the shadows who have
People
been
attacked
attacking
you?
us.
People?
I assumed. We did take a couple of them down, but we don't know who they were or, frankly, why they were attacking us. They just managed to sneak up on us and take us completely by surprise. We felt it was important to tell you. The others are just holding a line in case they follow after us, and making sure they don't just charge in and kill you all.
You see it.
Brave heroes, all of them.
Explaining this story, you see he kind of like holds his head in his hands and goes, shit. Another group went in after you. Fuck. One of you has the map. Do you have the map?
Definitely. Let's go with no. That's probably on one of my colleagues. I will just check which one is holding it, and he's gonna.
Any of
sort
you
back
may
away.
I'll just
step
start walking
forward or do anything you'd like to
Yeah.
do in this moment. As you
I'll start
hear
sheathing my
this.
sword as I walk forward.
Okay.
I have maps.
As you kind of check your pockets here, this is the one of the times stream's gonna get a little wonky because I got to give you a map. A map.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
And that is in GM handouts in the Shadows Discord.
I'm the perfectly smooth actor who did not flub that at all.
Oh, there's no you are here?
As this warrior says, and you kind of step forward and say you have the map, he goes, "Great, you have to keep going." This old, you look and see this very elderly, I would say, unless anybody is purposely staying back, you all are close to this other group now, or no?
Still near the back.
Okay.
Ian would be kind of hanging in the shadows a little bit more.
Okay.
Still unsure.
Unsure.
Paranoid.
Urvan's confused. Arwen, what's up with you?
I would just walk straight up to whoever looked like the leader and ask him, "Do you know who we are? Because we all woke up in the same place with no recollection of who we are or why we were there."
As he begins to speak, it has a look of confusion on his face, and all of you hear nothing come out of his mouth. His lips are moving. You cannot hear what he is saying as he continues to speak, as you ask that question, and it kind of comes back into reality here as he continues what he's saying, and you can hear again, and he says, "We'll wait for the other group here and protect the old man. He can't make it on his own. You must clear the way to the exit and bring back reinforcements." So your question was not answered, as the way this story is working is that dialogue is completely gone from your memory or ability to hear and know. And you see this old man, like pushing 90 years old, sitting there holding on to an amulet around his neck, and looks at you, Arwen, and says, "These creatures are hungry for flesh. Question your eyes and ears." And he just stays like that.
Yes, I'm definitely getting the questioning your ears thing. But so he turns to the group. Did anyone get any of that? Because I just full on spaced out.
Do we all know what's on the map that Yldiane had?
You can share it with the group if you'd like.
Okay, yep, I share it.
Okay.
I picture I kind of like pulled it out and like maybe we were
Looked
kind of like all looking at
Sure.
it while this is all happening.
Sure. Do I still have like a basic recollection of like world politics, or is it just like mostly my own information that I don't know anymore?
It is mostly your own information that you don't know anymore.
Okay.
It's more pieces of the self are missing from you all. But in the same way that Yldiane was able to know what Loch Varn is when you said that name, you certainly still have some of that retained.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for from the Magentas that used to be here for the church? Like, what is the operation for?
As you say that, you see this other warrior who's got his knees up and is shaking back and forth and says, "It's no use. It's no use. They're all dead anyway. No use anymore. They're all dead, and they're all going to find us and kill us too. We're lost here." And the leader kind of steps forward and puts his big meaty hand on your shoulder, Liam, and says, "We don't have time for this. Find the exit," and kind of pushes you a little bit.
I take the map and I point to the labyrinth part of it. I said, "Is this where we are?"
Yes. I will give you that.
I'm gonna hand the map back to Yldiane, and just say, "If they're picking us off, killing us, shouldn't we all go together?"
That's what I was wondering as well, but I assume they're here to protect the elder? Like, how come these 3 people aren't coming with us?
Isn't it safer in numbers?
You see the leader kind of speaks up and says, safer numbers, yes, that's why there was another group. Is that who you ran into?
I don't know. I don't know who they were. I lift up my hand with the bracelet and I say, was this one of theirs?
As you lift up your hand with the bracelet on it, which you have not closely examined as of yet, you see that there is a symbol of Ogum on it, and this is a Demorthan symbol. As you kind of lift that up, you see the elder clutches on to his amulet harder and says, now kind of looking at you, Liam, the chapel, the chapel, the chapel, and just begins repeating that over and over as his eyes begin to kind of trance over.
What chapel?
Continues repeating the chapel, and the leader looks at you all and says, go, you need to go. Find the exit. We can't sit here and talk.
Wait, but what creatures was the elder talking about?
I haven't seen them myself yet, but I've heard them. We need to find the way out.
Okay. Well, find your way out. But there's no telling if this is a labyrinth that we're going to be able to find our way back to you. So we're going to do what we can. That really means that. And I'm going to turn and just start walking back into the darkness.
Okay.
What my friend said. And Urvan is going to give them a sort of reassuring nod that is full of self-doubt, and then turn and march what he thinks is confidently into the darkness, but very much with the shield up, like. Got the shield.
Yeah.
Scared. I will happily take assuming we're going to move forward from this scene further into the ruins, I'll take a travel roll from Yldiane to attempt to navigate, like this map that you're seeing, very hastily drawn. Not sure if it's 100% accurate, but you do look at it and you see this long labyrinth corridor. Like, okay, this looks like what we've just been walking through. Go ahead and give me a travel roll.
I got a 16.
A 16.
Yo.
Nice. You look at
Please
this
don't
map
let me down, trouble.
and you see the area of where it says like the Great Vats. It looks like there's a corridor that you could maybe walk through. Again, based off this hand drawn, you may need to like follow the walls a little bit closer, like physically touching them to ensure that you're where you think this map is leading you. But it looks like to you, go a little bit further forward, there's this area with these great vats, and it looks like there's a corridor from there that leads to the exit.
Okay. I'll kind of like relay this knowledge to everyone, letting them know that like I'm gonna try and stick to the walls so I can try and follow the map as much as possible, and good luck, everyone.
Lead on. We trust you.
Yes, I've known you all my life, I think.
Inherently and entirely, we trust you. With our lives. Lead on.
I'll stick close. I'll stick close to Yldiane.
Okay. All right. Pushing forward.
Sneaking up behind.
Sneaking up behind. Okay. Making your way through this darkness here. Easy enough to, keep your hands on the walls. It's dark. You have the lantern. Arwen, you have a torch as well if you have that out or not. You have a little bit of light as you're moving forward. And you do, as your hand kind of traces these walls, you come to, your hand stops. You are in open air, and you gather, there's a corridor here. You can step through to your left.
Everyone, I think I found the corridor. And I'll start moving forward.
Okay.
Thank God.
So you come through in
Yes,
here.
thank God, indeed.
Not that one. Fuck off.
Well, there's
Fuck
only
off.
one, at least as far as I'm aware.
Woo! That's funny. Sorry. Woo! Take myself
Did you
out
hear
of
something?
that.
Did you
Okay.
hear something? Because I didn't hear anything.
I will, as you kind of step through, again, it is dark, but it's the acoustics are much crazier as you kind of step into this large room. It's larger than the room where that initial combat battle took place when we started. This feels massive, and as you kind of pick up on different sounds throughout, you hear like metal tinking sounds, creaking of like rusted metal ladders somewhere. I'll take perception or anything else that anybody wants to do as you enter into a different space here.
Yeah.
10
What does it mean
perception
under-
for me.
Oh, did I already ask this? No. What does it mean under my perception? I have a bonus 7, but then under discipline it says alertness +8.
Yeah. So for the purposes of this one shot, if a creature were attempting to sneak up to you specifically, it's kind of like alertness in D&D. Like you,
Okay.
it's not that you can't be surprised, but the likelihood of you being surprised is slim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I go with the 7.
Yes.
14. Perception.
Okay.
I got a 13 on
this-
perception.
Okay.
This area that we're entering into, is it the vats?
You gather, did you make a roll?
Oh no, I was gonna choose to roll in science instead if these are the vats to see what they do and focus on that instead.
Who had the highest perception? Was that Yldiane with the 14? I think.
Yep.
Yeah, as you kind of step through and being at the front with the light, you see on either side, massive, I'm talking like 60-foot wide plus room with these massive circular metal vats that from where you can see appear to go at least 16 to 20 feet tall. As you kind of step through, you can see that, and you may give me a science roll if you would like, Liam, as you enter.
Okay. Uh, 17.
17. Yeah, looking as you all kind of enter, nothing immediately seems to be a threat as you enter in here. It's fairly quiet with the exception of, the weather outside and what is coming through the broken walls here, some wind pushing through, but you don't see any figures, you don't see anybody ready to attack you, you don't see any creatures. It's just this massive, what looks to be like a laboratory of some kind. And on a 17 on that, Liam, you look and see everyone's kind of looking up, but you look down. And looking down, you see that there are pipes attached to the bottom of these vats that follow along the floor and disappear further into the darkness the longer this room goes, that you are unable to see past. But you see these pipes at the bottom of the vats, and they lead somewhere.
I'm gonna follow along the pipes.
Okay. Is there anything anyone else would like to do as Liam begins to follow along the pipes?
Did you see something? Talking to Liam.
Just trying to figure out what this is. It might have some kind of ventilation system attached to it. If maybe that's a way to go topside?
Oh,
That's
good.
just my thought.
It's good thinking. It's good thinking.
It's very Scientological in here.
Did you learn that from your god?
Well, certainly didn't learn all this from my god, did they?
There's very little you seem to learn from your god. I whispered that very quietly under my breath.
I have very keen hearing.
Yes, you do.
Good.
With that keen hearing, can I hear any movement of in those pipes or
Give me perception.
in the that's
Focused on hearing.
it's a shitty roll. That is only a 6.
A
7
6.
with the +1 to
7.
to the
Um,
related.
Getting into this space, everything here looks like it hasn't been used in a very long time. Not hundreds of years old, more like, I don't know, 50-ish years or so. Definitely decades where whatever this is has not been in use, so you cannot hear anything moving through the pipes.
Could Arwen smell anything?
smell anything. Give me perception.
14.
Scent. As you kind of step through, you pick up a rotted smell, but not... It's like the smell of a compost bin. More like. Not an unhealthy.
Earthy stink.
Yeah, an earthy stink. And as you kind of move along the side of one of these vats, it's stronger around the vats that smell originates from. Otherwise, it's
like loam.
Yeah, like that. That's what you pick up.
Okay.
So true.
Tell me, Arwen, what does your human nose smell?
Smells dirty and loamy.
Kind of. Let me give you a little.
Like mushroom or like vegetation breakdown?
Like vegetation breakdown.
Gotcha. Guys, I think this is their composting bins.
As you all kind of like now moving throughout this space, I would like all of you to roll me a d10. Do not add anything to it. Just tell me a straight d10 number, please.
6.
8.
10.
10. 4.
1.
1.
My heart always drops when I see the 0 and then I remember that's a 10.
Yeah.
That happened to me too earlier. I was like, what?
No.
Ian, keeping at kind of the back of the group as everybody kind of steps forward, you feel something wrap around your ankle very fucking tightly. Who's close to Ian? Who would be the closest, we think?
I was kind of following with Liam.
Liam, you were closer to
little bit.
Liam. Yeah, I think Ian kind of
Okay.
stepped up with you. Liam, as you're kind of like focusing on following where the pipes lead, Ian next to you. Ian, you feel this, not sure what it is at first. It wraps tightly around your ankle and immediately swoops you backwards. As you see Liam, you kind of turn around and see this. You see this massive like creeper vine is coming out of the vat and is now trying to pull Ian into it.
Whoa. I'm gonna try and grab onto your hands and pull out my knife and see if I could like reach the tendril on your ankle.
Please give me a feats roll, Liam.
Alright.
Urvan would, if he notices this, would immediately draw his
It's a
sword and
loud
try and-
sound as like Ian
yeah.
gets pulled. His body slams up against this metal vat, and you hear a big ding and
I
Ian,
yell
I'm
out.
sure, is making sounds.
Yeah.
Urvan is going to draw his sword and try and run ahead and cut the vine before it gets too high. So he cuts it before Ian gets too high, and immediately as he's doing is like, this is what your Scientological thing did is it?
What was your feats roll, Liam?
3.
3.
Yes.
Ian slips from your grasp. You cannot hold on to him. And just so, Urvan runs up, sword ready, and goes to slice this creeping vine that is trying to pull him back. Go ahead and give me an attack roll, Urvan.
I was gonna say that I heard this, and I'm probably running over there to pretty much do the same thing that Urvan is doing.
Yeah.
Because at the time,
with-
Liam would have been holding him.
I'm assuming this is either quick or standard.
Quick or
because,
standard,
we did-
probably.
But both are attack of 5, so that's a 9 plus 5 is 14 to hit.
14. Okay. You are able, you get your sword in there and it does hit, and you hear, and it sounds like it's coming from the inside of the vat. You hear a screech as you kind of hit it, but it is still holding on to Ian. If anybody else is running up to attempt to break this vine from pulling him. Yldiane, I know you said you were moving up. Yeah.
I rolled a 13.
You rolled a 13. You also, I would say, you kind of just come in, probably hitting in a different spot, and you hear another screech. Arwen, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'd be following right behind her to do the same.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll, Arwen. Ian, are you trying to do anything with this wrapped around your ankle pulling you up?
Trying to grasp anything that I can get, my hands around to slow. Hands slipped out of Liam's hands, so now I'm just trying to reach for anything.
Okay.
Kind of full panic. So
Give me a feats roll, Ian. What was your roll, Arwen?
16.
16. I want to know. 12. Okay. As this happens with first Liam letting go of Ian as he's being pulled into this vat, Urvan coming up, Yldiane with another, and Arwen finally up there. Ian, you look and try, and what you grab onto is Arwen's other hand as she swings her sword down, cuts it, and she also grabs you as you fall kind of into Arwen's arms as you are released from this creeping vine coming out of this vat.
What the hell was that?
Oh, apparently you're gonna have to watch our feet and around.
We have to watch the bloody vegetation.
Arwen, I would like a stamina check from you, so roll a d10 plus your stamina.
Easy bodyguard lifter.
Where is it?
As I fall into her arms, she just cradles me.
Bridal carry him over the threshold. Of
Yeah.
the and
You have a 9 to stamina.
Damn,
A
that's on
9
the
to
first
stamina?
page,
Mm-hmm.
right underneath
Okay, so
the
I have
chart.
a 17.
A 17, okay. As you kind of catch Ian, having dislodged him from this vine, you feel okay, but you're... This is a lot. You feel it in your heart that you're aware of your illness. Rushing to try to save Ian in that moment.
Thank you again. All of you. Oh.
I don't think that we're safe yet. We only just cut one of the tendrils, didn't we?
yeah, I
I
don't
wanna-
think
I
we
wanna
should
get
stay
out of
in this
here.
room.
We should
Yeah,
try to move quickly.
Yeah.
Did you see an exit on the map? Do you know where we were supposed to go?
Liam, I think you kind of have the right idea of continuing to follow the pipes through this room.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep darting along the side and just say, we can't stay here. Whatever the fuck was in there might be inside of the rest of these vats.
Yeah, I don't think any of us were suggesting we make camp here. I definitely don't want to be anywhere near this room. And he's got his shield up. He's in defensive with the sword, sort of edging backwards with the group, just keeping an eye on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like
And
your
I'm still
idea
in
of following
movement.
the pipes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say we continue that.
Yes.
Let's speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
You kind
Agreed.
of pick up the pace here, following the pipes a little further, and as you continue walking through, you see moving vines coming out of the other vats, none attempting to reach any of you, but there's something strange here about those vats. As you continue following the pipes forward, you actually end up in a bit of a smaller room with, you see these pipes lead to these smaller vats. Vats on vats. These are much smaller, and looks like whatever material was used, like Liam, I think you picked this up having focused on this. Those vats were originally used to grind something down. And then whatever that product was carried through these pipes into this now smaller room where it looks like these new little structures here, you were able to pour into something. You could release whatever it was. You're not sure what it was, but the production of those vats ended up here where it was then contained somehow or bottled or what have you. Stepping in here, it's a smaller room. All of you see there are a couple of like desks around with rusted tools, instruments used, and whatever. It does appear to be some type of laboratory of some kind. I will happily take perceptions to search for anything here or anything else. Anything else that you might want to do in here?
18 for
Science or
perception.
Demorthan mysteries might work. Magents.
18 perception for me.
18 perception, okay.
I got a 7.
Oh,
17 perception.
17, okay.
Just a 9.
12 for science.
12 for science, okay.
Yeah.
I think Yldiane and Ian kind of moved to the same thing at the same time here. You both discover this. Too many screens. You find this document included in one of the desks here, just kind of strewn about. We'll read it to you. It says activity report. Subject experimentation on fossil flux. And Yldiane, seeing this, you know there's different types of flux. Mineral flux, organic flux. Fossil flux is the most rare. And you know that. This says page 1 of 2, and it does cut off, but it reads, the fossil element shows entirely new properties in contact with plants. We were already aware of the weed-killing effects of this matter, but it displayed an amazing reaction. At the direct contact of fossil flux samples, the plants shrivel, rot, but do not die. On the contrary, after an incubation time, they start developing and growing. This would explain in great, and it cuts off.
Zombie plant.
Go ahead.
Do you think maybe this pertains to the vegetation we just seen in the other room?
I think it seems
Going
to be
sets.
pointing to that.
Solid good chance there. And he's just gonna no, he's going to try and say a prayer, but he's very sort of addled at the moment. So
Give me a prayer check.
as he,
And then while he does that, I'm just gonna say out, like, experimenting on fossil flux. Like, that's the most rare kind of flux. I don't know how they're affording these experimentations.
that is a 14 on the prayer roll as he like tries to bless the door they just came through as if to try and keep that zombie plant at bay.
Okay. What does that look like as Urvan does this?
He presumably doesn't remember how to do this, so he's aware that he's a holy follower of some kind, and he has taken that to mean that all of this is very much not on board, on program with him. So he's sort of he's raising his hand as if there's a benediction. It's like, may the god or gods protect us from this scientological travesty behind us. And just waves his hand in what he hopes is a holy symbol, the medieval Esteren version of the cross, sort of, but in what is, he's just sort of not sure what that looks like.
Yeah. As you kind of wave your hand and attempt to bless this space while being very confused, you something sticky and viscid falls on your shoulder, and you look up and you swear the ceiling is moving. Liam, on your check here, you also find this. You find... Oh, I didn't rotate it. My bad. Sorry. You're just gonna have to look at it sideways.
Oh, good.
You see these runes, not sure what they exactly mean and the words, the Savelli's passion on it. You find this in addition to what the rest found, just kind of searching through what might be left here. This is the only other thing that seems to be clear and has not been destroyed or deteriorated over time.
Guys, you'll be happy to know I've blessed the door behind us, but I've done nothing for the fucking ceiling. As he looks up and
you
sees this
look up
writhing mass.
and see a writhing mass, as you said. I would like everybody give me a roll and add your speed to it. We'll start there.
No.
That is a
9.
9.
10.
Oh, 19.
13.
I have a feeling you're going first.
Arwen, what'd you get?
Me?
13.
Yldiane, you got what?
19.
19 again? Liam?
7.
7. As you, Yldiane, see that Urvan is looking up, you see coming out from the corridor you see a bunch of little feet first, and then you see the long slithering of what appears to be a giant fucking centipede as it bursts through the door and knocks you on your ass, Urvan. I need you to give me a feats roll first.
That's an 8.
An 8. You take
That's
2
like a lot of
points
feats.
of damage. Yeah, feats is used a lot in this game. You take 2 points of damage, Urvan, as this massive centipede bursts through the door and knocks you off onto the ground and pushes it. You see it climbing up against the wall, and you see behind it more and more centipedes. You see one other large one. You see some that are as long as your hand. You see a bunch of little ones. You see ones that make up the writhing mass of a humanoid shape stepping forward into this room. I need mental resistance rolls from everybody.
Mental
as
resistance.
you all witness this writhing, nasty, massive, gigantic insectoid mass step in here.
Can I check? Is this
10.
the door that I blessed
It is.
that they're coming through?
It's exactly. You blessed
your
the
God.
door, and a
prayers.
massive
I do
centipede
not see.
I
appeared.
thought you blessed it.
I did! That ungodly in here!
Your blessing is a curse.
Okay, sorry, what was the roll
Got an
again?
11.
Mental
Mental
resistance.
resistance. I got a 10.
A 10.
I also got a 10.
A 10.
11.
15.
11. 15?
16.
16.
Oh, good.
Liam and Arwen take 1 hardening point. The rest of you take 3 trauma points.
I'm into symptom now.
You're into
into
symptom.
so hard.
You're into
Yeah,
symptom.
I'm in symptom as
Okay.
well.
This is intensely straining on your psyche in this moment. So you who is more paranoid, that might show up a little bit more here. And elation with Yldiane, and even more confusion. You thought you just blessed this door, and a massive demonic centipede, whatever the fuck, burst right through. As
Then,
they
yeah, he's scrambling to get up, get away from it, going, what the fuck is going on?
starting from here, just to give us a little bit of stability as we work through this scene, Yldiane, you may act. I want to be clear. What you see before you is not able to really be defined, in that you see a massive giant centipede up on the wall. You see this writhing humanoid shape that is completely made up of swirling centipedes stepping towards you. That's kind of where you're at, and Urvan knocked on the ground.
Hey, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna ready my sword. I'm gonna get into a defensive stance,
Okay.
and I don't have a shield or anything, so I gotta just make an attack.
Okay. So you're making a defensive attack.
I'm impulsive now, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay. A defensive attack. Ooh. 13.
13 as you go to swing and make any kind of hold in whatever this writhing mass is. Your sword just goes through and all the bugs kind of heal whatever little injury you attempt to do to it. Would you like to move at all from... I would say you're close to this creature.
Yes, I am going... Seeing this, I'm going to be in, like, a state of shock, but I know to act quick enough, I'm going to do, like, a cool little backwards barrel roll off
Backwards
to the left.
barrel roll.
Backwards.
Yldiane rolls away, now probably closer to Urvan, near the ground.
And I'm going to call out to everyone, it's not taking any damage, and it's immediately healing.
As you say that, Ian, you see this massive centipede head comes down towards you and is going to go to take a chomp out of you.
Can I try to dodge out of the way?
You may try to do that with a feats roll.
So I get a +1 to agility.
Yes,
related
your
rolls.
agility related rolls.
So I got a 16.
That is a 10 on the die, which makes it a 24 from this giant centipede, which is fucking crazy. As you
insane.
go to dodge out of the way, you see the other end of it, so long and creepy, wraps fucking around you and tries to latch onto your arm here. You're going to take 4 damage points. Where are you at?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Can I ask quick, when we take damage points, where do we take them?
On
Health
under the
condition.
health condition, 1 damage point is 1
Oh.
bubble.
Gotcha, right.
So continuing
knew
to
that from
move
the video,
down
sorry.
through that. No, you're good. It's it. We didn't go over this a whole lot before we started
I-
playing.
I'm 1 point into okay.
1 point into okay. All right, Arwen, your turn.
Where? Like, are we relatively all close to each other?
Yes. This is
Okay.
not a very big room. It's probably at its maximum 17 feet long by maybe 8 feet wide. It's not a massive room in here. And these bugs, they got the one big centipede, this humanoid writhing mass, and then just bugs everywhere.
And then Ian was bitten, or is he grappled?
It kind of bit around his arm. He's not grappled.
Okay.
Help!
Okay. I'm gonna try to get Ian away from the giant centipede and slash at it. Can I, like, try to grab him and pull him back
Yeah,
and slash at the same time?
I don't think a
I would
roll is...
also-
Go ahead.
I'd also be taking a little, like, dagger that I have and trying to stab
Okay.
into the thing as well.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a little attack with your dagger there, Ian. Arwen, I don't think a roll is required to pull him back. I think you being ready for this, kind of walk up, put your arm on him, and kind of push him back as he's stabbing, and you may make your
14.
attack. 14? How much damage is your little guy?
2.
2? Okay, you do. It's close to you, and just as Arwen begins to pull you away, you do get, and you hear screechy centipede sounds.
So my attack roll was 17.
17!
Wait, is it just a standard or an offensive?
It's up to you. I think in this moment, it can be standard or offensive, because defensive is more if you have your shield out. In this moment, you're pushing a comrade back and just kind of going for it. So you may take an offensive if you'd like.
Well, then it's a 19.
A 19! Hell yeah. How much damage do you do?
3.
3. Yes. You, as Ian stabs the dagger in, you push Ian back, you come in with your sword and slice off the end of this one centipede, and it squirms away, but you're able to get Ian a little pulled further back.
Okay.
The humanoid mass steps forward, writhing, full of mostly centipedes, but whatever your horrors can imagine of an insect humanoid writhing mass that steps forward towards Urvan more and more. And you see it opens up a maw and it shoots out a massive, kind of like alien, but a centipede towards Urvan. It's going to go ahead and try to get you.
Not loving that. Not loving that at all.
That does a 19 hit? I think it does.
I have 4 protection. Do you have to remove that?
I do. So it's 15.
It still hits, but it's good to know.
Okay.
Would I have time to go into a defensive posture, or?
I think with how quick this is happening, you kind of got knocked on your ass, and then that's where we kind of left that.
It's still hit.
Okay, so you're gonna take 4 points of damage. Where are you at?
I am, and I hesitate to say this because I don't think so, but I am okay.
I am okay.
Liam, what would you like to do?
I want to yell to everybody.
This thing bites me.
The second we can, we need to run. This is gonna get us real bad. And I'm gonna pull out my sword. And who has something like wrapped around them that's immobilizing them? I think that was.
I don't think
Ian,
anybody
correct?
is currently grappled.
Okay.
What's really happening here is that these creatures are closing in on you, and they're very close to all of you right now.
Okay. And is Urvan still on the ground, or is he up?
I will let you decide. I think the ease of attack from this humanoid mass was because you were knocked down, and you know you can be up. Certainly, it's not like you can be standing if you'd like, but
Okay.
I would like to stand up, and as this thing chomped me, and I'm sort of scrambling back up onto my feet.
I'm just gonna take Urvan by the hand and just start to pull him towards the along the path of the pipe that we had been following this whole time, and just say, "We need to go,"
Okay.
and just start to drag him
Absolutely
behind
happy
me.
to be led.
Yeah.
He's waving the shield behind them both, like to try and shield them from, centipedes dropping from above and this massive humanoid insectoid horror that's coming towards them.
okay.
And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Go.
Ian, you may take a full turn.
I would, as Arven helped me get free, I think we need to go right away. Let's follow the other two. And he's gonna kind of turn. And is there any actual solid masses nearby?
Solid
He's
masses?
gonna try and throw,
Yeah.
He's gonna throw a throwing knife
Okay.
at something that's.
You can either attempt to hit like the
As
massive centipede that is just kind of truly taken over this whole area. So you could try to hit an area of that, or you could attempt to hit the like humanoid
Anything that's
writhing
close.
mass. Anything that's close. Yeah, the massive centipede.
Closest.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead and give me
I'll
that
try.
shooting and throwing roll.
And I'd say I would be taking a quick stance, because trying to get to run, and it's 13.
13 just misses. Moving a little too quickly here, but attempting to harm as much as you can, following the rest of the group here. Yldiane, we're back up at you. I will tell you, looking at your map here, with what you know as your character, there is an exit from this room, but as you look at the map, there's supposed to be another corridor that you don't see immediately. So you see the map, creatures behind you, coming for you. Everyone's trying to leave this room. There should be a corridor here that is not here, but there's still a door in front of you. Don't know where it leads. Now the map is confusing.
I'm the one noticing this?
Yes, I'm going with you as the Aragorn map lady.
The archetype, the
Yeah,
classic
I'll
archetype.
just call out. It shows there's a corridor it's not here. All we have is a door. I don't know what's on the other side. I'm going for it, and I'll head towards the door.
Okay.
I'll try and open.
All right. You make your way towards the door. At this moment, Arwen, this massive centipede, is going to try and take a bite out of you.
I will be brandishing my sword and relighting my torch because I imagine it went out at some
Okay.
point.
Yeah?
And I'm going to swipe the torch in the direction of
Okay.
the bug.
The bug.
The bug.
It's 14. I have to -4 from your stuff. 14 hit you? Your defense? I think it
Yep.
does. Okay. That is 4 points of damage to you, Arwen. As you swing your torch around, it does reel back for just a moment, but it comes back even harder and takes a chunk out of your shoulder here. And do you feel that?
Num, num, num.
Urvan, what'd you like to do?
I would like to get away from the bug apocalypse that's occurring around us. At this point, he wishes that his religion, whatever it is, that he can't really remember at the moment, had a big pro-fire stance, because this place needs to burn. Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything that burns on me. No, I don't think I've got anything that I could, like, no handy Molotov cocktail or anything. As much as I wish I did. So as he's running with Liam, he's he's swiping his sword up at the big one that's sort of attacking from above, trying to cut into it and try and dissuade it from coming down again.
Okay.
Because he does not want to go near the humanoid one again that just bit him. That's not his jam. This would this be we're moving, so it's either going to be I'm assuming it's going to be standard or yep, and that's going to be a 13.
13 is a miss as it just moves its writhy body out of the way as you try to make an attack on it. And in this moment, it whips around and is going to go for you again, Urvan. And that is a 16.
I think that was a mistake.
What is your
my
protection is 2,
4.
4? 16 minus 4.
That's still 12. My
get you?
defense is 10 in
10.
standard.
All right.
And,
You take another 4 points of damage as it bites into you again.
Oh, that really hurts. Oh, I think I'm a little close to bad at this point. Ow.
Ian, it is your turn, Ian.
How is the rest of the party looking as far as like distance wise? Are we spread out still? Is it 2, 2, and 1, or is it 2 and 3, or is it kind of all of us?
I think everybody's pretty
pretty
close. I think Liam and Urvan are closest to each other. I think Yldiane might be closer to the front, attempting to lead, figure out where to go, and I think you and Arven are probably next to each other.
Okay. Can I do a perception to try and see if I can find? I assume Yldiane mentioned like that it's supposed to be here. Something's supposed to be here, but it's not.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start looking around.
Okay.
And try and see a way out of this, because fighting this thing is not gonna be beneficial. 12.
12 for perception. Unfortunately, you really only see the same thing Yldiane does here. What you do also see is this writhing mass stepping forward and a massive insectoid hand reaches out and grabs you by the throat, Ian. That's a 16.
Yeah, that's a hit.
You take 4 more points of damage. Where are you at?
Just filled okay. So
Okay.
we're not in bad yet.
All right. Liam, what's up with you?
Was Yldiane ahead of all of us when she found out that it doesn't quite match up to the map?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just gonna be scanning around to because we're not quite to the end of where the pipe leads, or is
Correct.
it?
You're not
Okay.
quite. And it's now that there is this chaos ensuing here, it's a little difficult to
What just happened? What was that? How did we just reorder?
No!
What happened?
I don't
Oh my
know!
god!
Coffee.
Why
Coffee, you
did
gotta
that
change your name
happen?
back.
Change your name back,
Coffee,
Coffee! Change your name
Change it
back!
now,
You
change
can't
it
do
now,
that!
Change it now.
Change it back!
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Can't mess with your names when we're streaming. Thank you!
I mean, if you change your
Sorry,
name, I'm
sorry.
gonna do
Unless
mine,
you would
and then
like
we're all gonna be
to
fucked up.
GM this, Coffee, you're more than welcome to.
I am so sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't realize it was going
It's
to do
okay. It's all right.
Okay, I'm glad you said something because I was like, am I crazy? Were we always like that?
It's all good.
Okay, I'm
Sorry.
gonna if
Streamer problems.
hold on. Where is
If
he?
you want-
if Urvan,
Mhm.
if Urvan is still able to run along with me, even though he was just bitten,
Mhm.
I'm gonna basically like tug him ahead of me, push him forward, and be like, keep running. So
Mhm.
that way I'm like between him and the bugs.
Okay. You push Irvin forward ahead of you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a feats check real quick.
At least 100 feet behind us. 7. That was a really funny joke, by the way.
I laughed.
Plus 2. Thank you so much. 9.
9. You push Irvin ahead of you and attempt to make some distance because, whatever his blessing did, it didn't work out very well. And as you do so, you feel around both of your ankles vines wrap and you get sucked backwards and pulled up into the ceiling as a massive centipede comes in with these vines now holding you. Liam is now suspended in the air from the ceiling as this other centipede comes in, and you see the vines squeeze around your ankles as well. Liam,
What I get for being nice.
that's 5 points of damage from the vines. And another 4 points of damage from the centipede. Where are you at, Liam?
What? 9?
A little bit bad.
A little bit bad.
A little bit
As
bad.
you
Like,
see, Liam is suspended in the air. Liam, give me a mental resistance roll.
Okay. Ooh, okay. 16.
16. Take 1 hardening point.
Okay.
As you are suspended up there and kind of looking upside down, you see Irvin push forward, looking back. You see this humanoid writhing mass begins to step forward towards you, Liam, so that your faces meet here. And it says, "You killed me." And from here, he takes his hand, reaches into your mouth, and the bugs go all the way down your throat until you can feel them inside of your intestines and rip them out, and you watch as Liam dies. And in this moment, we're gonna take a break.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
Yay.
no!
We'll be right
Trauma
back.
break.
Trauma
Wait,
break.
Is that the first? Is that lady's first death?
Yeah, ever.
Give me a moment, all right?
I mean,
Just
It,
give me a
No,
moment.
it's not. Technically, it's not. Beta died.
technically, your
I died,
character
I
got
died.
Technically,
decapitated.
Beta died.
Yeah, that's right.
I took a deal with some dead people to come back to life.
Yeah.
True.
yeah.
I gotta
Goddamn.
pee so fucking bad. I'm gonna pee
That's
my
why you
pants.
killed me? That's a you problem. Don't make it a me problem. That's why you killed me. I can't
Be
fucking
back. We're about
I'm gonna kill one of the bike.
2 hours in. Take a quick 5 or 10er. We'll be right back.
Okay.
I love this from Urban's point of
Oh,
view.
that's
He's
so funny.
been pushed forward by Liam. Go, go! And he's like, thank you.
All right. Well, there goes
I'm
Liam.
fucking converting.
Don't we need Liam for something?
Not anymore, bitch.
Key character.
That's so funny.
Apparently.
Apparently.
You killed me.
Yeah, I
Technically,
fucking
this is
should
Ian's
have.
Even now.
Technically, this is Ian's fault if he's the one that killed the guy at the beginning that said you killed me, and yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Now
it
I'm
wasn't
gonna be
even-
the bug guy, and it's gonna be like a thematic, thematically resonant moment where it's like how trauma can be like transferred from one person to the next, and blah blah blah. Where like, I'm gonna say to Ian, "You killed me," and then I'm gonna put bugs in you, and then.
I don't know how I transfer that on, but
I just prayed. That's all I did.
Oh, it's
That's
also
the problem.
Urvan's fault.
that's how it's gonna go. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna die, and then I'm gonna transfer it over to Urvan. Say you killed us all.
And then the two best friends are gonna run away holding hands.
Yeah, and then
Aw.
as you're running
Yeah.
away, I'm Bug Urvan is just gonna pray, and everything is going to come to an end because apparently that's the biggest sin you can commit.
Sing, sing. That's all I'm
Oh
saying.
dear. All right, I'm back in a second.
Kind of fucked up. Kind of fucked
Yeah.
up, but true. I can't fucking
Poor
believe this
Liam.
shit.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
9
R.I.P.
points of
girlies.
damage off of one hit was crazy.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
then just instant death.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rest in pieces.
mean-
By
Getting
Liam.
disemboweled by centipedes isn't a great way to go.
I was gonna say
Mhm.
that was. I'm gonna remember that one. It felt nice. Not gonna lie. This better not
Oh,
awaken something in
no.
me.
You come back,
Yep.
but different.
A lot different. My writing is
man.
gonna change drastically now.
Right.
Suddenly, there's gonna be a lot more bugs,
I was about to say your new phobia.
or something else. You never know. People change in strange and unpredictable ways.
That is very true.
I don't know if have either of you played. Hopefully not. The video game series Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
No.
Okay, there's that one scene from one of the side games where, in a very serious tone, Sora says, "Mickey, it's Riku. They put bugs in him," and that is my sister's like ringtone because it makes her laugh so
no.
much. She wants to hear that thing all the time. So whenever I call her, she's like, "Mickey, they put bugs in him."
Oh well, they put bugs in you.
They put bugs in him.
Oh man.
That is such a weird game. I love that.
The only reason, and I didn't play much of Kingdom Hearts, but the only reason I ever did is because my son and I were playing Smash Bros. And
Oh, yeah,
we saw the
yeah.
Sora character, and we're like, what
Mhm.
game is that? And so we played it for a little bit.
Yeah. No, I have played every single one of the games because those were coming out when I was a kid, and
Yeah.
yeah, they were very formative in a destructive way to me. They're just such bizarre games. Super strange ones.
Mhm.
I was big into the Final Fantasy series.
Yep.
So,
Do you have a favorite?
7.
Same. The classic.
Yeah. It's
Did you play 12?
that's it. I've played them all since.
Okay.
7. Yeah.
Alright.
No, I didn't play 11 because it was an online one at that time.
Yeah.
I did jump into 14 for a while, but yeah, I've played every one of them since they've came out, since 7. And yeah, 7 by far. It's a little bit like nostalgic, shaped my gaming career type thing. So
Same.
like that was the first big game that got me into playing games. So
Me too.
That
was my first like big one.
Yeah, it's kind of cemented my RPG career.
The thing is, like, it's such a good game that it feels a little bit like it's all downhill from here. It was such a great game. Perfectly paced, great characterizations. The voices that they are written with are so strong. What a great game. And also when you have to like swap the discs and it ends on like a cliffhanger and you have to swap it. That's such like a tactile moment in gaming that I really appreciated.
Yep, for sure. It was huge. Actually, so I originally had it and then I don't know, I lost it, I guess. And when I was 20 something, 25 or something like that, I paid $60 for a original copy with the 3-disc on eBay for somebody in Texas to ship it up to me, because I was like, I have to have the original in my possession forever.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't have my headphones in, but I've heard 3 discs, change your discs on a cliffhanger, great voices. I'm gonna guess Final Fantasy VII.
You've got it! Ding 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 ding!
nailed it.
Excellent deduction.
Confetti. Yeah. No, we're just talking about like games that were formative. And that was it.
Yeah, that was the first RPG for me. That was my brother's PlayStation, and he had played it for like 3 hours, and then I was no-lifing it by the time I just, I gollumed the ring with it. Like
the hilarious thing for me was I didn't have a memory card when I first started playing it. So I literally played that first reactor over probably 100 times.
No, it's so good though. How could you stop? You know, like when your parents say it's time to go to bed, put that the fuck away. How do you say, I guess you're just gonna have to hit me? Like,
how do you stop a one act of eco-terrorism in the 90s? I mean,
Yep. I need to get to the second reactor. Gonna make it there this time.
Oh dear.
Exactly. No, it radicalized a generation. Now I've blown up a reactor. It happens to all of us after we play it.
How did you guys remake?
I've only actually played the first part of the remake. I never played the second one. I don't know why. It was really fun.
I've only played the first one as well. I'm gonna wait until the other.
I think
like the
Rebirth
all of them are
was
out to finish it.
For me, it was the timed exclusivity thing. By the time it was out on platforms I could play, I was just like, I've spent 2 years waiting for this, and it just I just had lost a bit of the hype for it. I will play it. I have it, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to enjoy it because I really enjoyed Remake. But it's, it is.
I'm waiting for the part 3 to come out before I pick it up.
Yeah. That's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
We ready?
Are we boosted up?
No, we're not.
Well, I
just killed someone and we don't even know if we know them or why we know them or why we're here.
I was your bestie, bitch.
What?
We don't even know his name.
What their name was.
And as he does, he just is like, "Oh, may the Lord keep you." And then he does the.
Stop.
How do you do that?
That one, yeah.
Oh, kitty, meow. Kitty.
Yeah. May the Lord bless you.
Oh my god.
I've seen what your blessings do. Please don't do that to my body.
So this scene that we all just saw of Liam being suspended from the ceiling and essentially his innards ripped out of him. We very quickly shift scenes here as Liam, you awake screaming your lungs out.
I thought it was the intestines.
That was such a good reaction.
Where did they put the bugs then?
What?
You awaken and open your eyes, and you see there is a small campfire, and there are 4 sleeping people around you as you awake from what you imagine was a nightmare of some kind. I'm going to DM each of you what you remember from this last scene we went through. Give me a moment to pull that up.
I just got a pop some.
Just snoring in character.
Don't mind the fucked up cams for a moment.
Sweet.
Just like a dog when they're asleep doing the it's Urvan's doing that, but he's like running like a human in his sleep.
You're just like sideways going.
Oh, Exaltimore, where are you? Okay. There you are.
Somewhere in that list.
No shit. Excuse me.
So we enter this scene here with Liam startling awake with a terrifying scream, and this awakes the rest of you. And you are at a camp in the wilderness. You are sleeping.
I pat myself down to like feel my stomach, and hopefully it's intact.
Your stomach is intact.
I look around for the book that was next to me, or was with me before, and the bracelet.
You have the book. You do not have the bracelet.
Okay.
I've just had an awful dream, I think.
Do I have any memory of like who I am now, or?
Yes, as you all awaken here, you remember who you are. You remember who these people are around you, and the DM will tell you what you're doing now as you remember what you are. You, as a group, came from Melwyn's Vale in the north. You were sent here as distress signals were seen from this area. You were sent here at the request of, to make it short, and because it's one shot here, of one of the Demorthen to figure out what the distress signal was for, and had received word of a phenomenon known as brown earth showing up in this part of the region, and have heard tell of creatures that have been killing people in this area. And you were sent here to figure that out.
What do we know about the creatures? Were they centipedes or anything magical?
As you kind of bring that up, and you all sit here awakened in the very wee hours of the morning. There is no sunlight yet, but it is late in the night here, and kind of try to gather your thoughts, all with a feeling of uncertainty. All of you did not get a good night's rest. All of you experienced some form of a nightmare, but based off what I DM'd you is what you recall. As you bring that up, you remember, Liam, you remember your arrival in the Vale here. You recall that a council decided to send a scouting party. You are the scouting party through an expedition through an area called Doag's Pass. And as you reached through there, you recall that you made your way to like a watchtower known as the Inn Guard. And actually, this game is a little all over the place, and we're going to go into a scene that is a memory of this moment. So for the purposes of this scene, you are sitting around a campfire recollecting this memory, but we're going to roleplay it out.
Did you all remember? Not remember. Was it a memory? I died. It was. I don't know. You said that you had a nightmare?
Died. You're looking very alive to me.
What was your nightmare like?
Well, I don't really remember my dreams most of the time. I didn't have a good night's sleep, I can tell you that. If I'm being honest, I suspect we may be dealing with some kind of demon. Something is very wrong here, but I can't tell you what my dreams were. They were just not fun. I can say that much. They weren't fun. They weren't good dreams. I feel like shit.
What about the rest of you?
Did we all have the same dream?
I'm gonna describe my dream in detail.
No, I didn't have anything like that. I couldn't.
Yeah, that's
remember
horrifying.
anything.
You should probably speak to someone.
Yldiane, as you kind of ask that question, everybody awakening here, you look around and you know somebody's missing from the group. You know that you were traveling with another warrior named Jiren, who is not here. And Arwen, you also recognize this disappearance of this other individual that is not with you.
I'm gonna be looking around kind of in a bit of a panic. Where's Jiren? Has anyone seen him?
Jiren. Does Arven remember Jiren or?
And same thing for Liam?
Correct.
Okay. Who's Jiren?
Yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm
Am I surprised they don't know who that is because we've all been here?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'm looking confused at everyone, and I'll look to Arwen you know who I'm talking about, right?
I do, and I know he's gone, but I don't know why.
I'll keep looking around, but I'm still confused with everyone else, keeping an eye open on them. What is going on?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there were others as well.
Others?
Yeah, it's still really fuzzy, and whatever we just experienced it's really taken a toll on me.
Can Evan look around at the campsite? We've made camp, right? We're not just sleeping on the ground.
This is a full camp, yeah.
And are the number of bedrolls and stuff commensurate with our party, or are there empty bedrolls on the ground that should be full?
There are 2 empty bedrolls that are the people are not accounted for.
And their belongings, are they by the bedrolls or?
No. They are not.
Well, I can see we've got 2 bedrolls that are strangely empty. I have no memory of who should be in there.
No, neither do I.
Oh, good. Not just me then.
Ian,
I don't have much memory of anything other than something weird is happening in those ruins, and I don't know what, but Just got a really bad feeling.
What ruins?
Yeah, well, I've no memory of ruins. We're traveling through the Vale and looking for those distress signals.
You
Something.
all remember when you reached like these strongholds outskirts of the Ingard, this watchtower, and we're gonna move to this scene now. In front of you, you see like a half-raised portcullis, and everything is silent around here. And you see a blanket of immaculate snow, just seriously heightens the feeling of stillness here. I do have to set the scene. Bum bum bum. All over the place. Thinking back in your memory as we kind of retrace your steps here, approaching this watchtower. This is kind of what you see. The Ingard here is composed of a massive tower, which is not in this image that I showed you, but we are heavy on Theater of the Mind here tonight. You see a massive tower, an inner courtyard area, and barracks for what appear to be soldiers. For the purposes of this scene, this is very shortly after you left Melwyn's Vale and the start of your trek, as you move through an attempt to discover what these distress signals were for. As you kind of approach this area, and Liam, you had asked what these creatures were, you can see like 3-foot wide mole hills around here, and there's loose earth around, indicating that it has been disturbed very recently and some type of massive creature came from there. As you all are before this tower in this courtyard area, what would you like to do here?
For clarification, are we entering the scene like we are within the context of the scene?
Yes.
Not just awakening it basically in our bodies like before?
Correct. In this, for the purpose of this, you are recalling this at the campfire. Physically, in reality, you're still at camp, but we're RPing out the memory of this scene of the start of your journey.
Understood. Thank you.
So Ewan will probably be scouting, like looking around and trying to see what he can see entering this new area.
Yeah. Go ahead and give
I feel like I'd be doing the same thing, just keeping alert, trusting my gut.
Take
14.
Okay. Anything?
Are there people around us?
10.
You do not see any people around you. In addition to this watchtower that's here, there is also a small chapel. It does appear to have some type of like torchlight or lantern light within. Otherwise, you don't see any people. As far as perception goes, Ian, for that watchtower, you do see at the top there is some light within there as well. I also want to say here, for the purposes of the way this story goes, Urvan, as you're sitting here recalling this is actually when you met everyone. You were here at the chapel when the party came across you.
And at the chapel where is where they've arrived now in the memory. So I was there ahead of them. Was that where I was supposed to be, or was I investigating for the church?
You were investigating for the church, and your memory is that you were alone here when the rest of them showed up, and you all met in the chapel. Whatever order of events we would like to go through. I know it's a little kind of all over the place, kind of confusing here, but if we would like to either go through the chapel scene first or the tower scene first.
If I noticed the tower first when we walked in, then I would say I see a a light at the top of the tower. Maybe we should go there.
I'm inclined to
Yeah, that sounds
climb
great.
the tower to get a lay of the land from a higher vantage point.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would love to
See what we
sketch
can
the
see, at
land
least.
from up there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go.
Okay.
You first, Arven.
Yep.
You seem really good at this kind of a thing.
Yes, you first, Arwen.
Walking into this tower. Go ahead.
Just making sure Urvan is still in the chapel while
Yeah.
they're doing the tower thing. They're Assassin's Creeding up the tower
Mm-hmm.
to get to synchronize with the map,
Mm-hmm.
and Urvan is still in the chapel, so he's not aware of any of this.
Right. It's like talking about a memory, but us RPing how it actually happened out. So at this moment,
Yeah,
we're
just
gonna
making
move
sure it
in
wasn't
for
that-
sure. I got you.
Yeah, just making sure the chronology
Yep.
of where Urvan comes into this memory.
Yep.
So Urvan would be in the chapel at this point, and I will stop interacting.
Oh, you're
The scene.
We're gonna miss you.
Yeah.
So the rest of you going up into the tower here, it looks fairly abandoned. You see what would be normal in a watchtower. You see some crude weapons. You see a couple of desks. You see some bedrolls, but a spire leading up to the top. And as you kind of make your way up there, you do see what looks to be like captain's quarters, but very rugged. There's nothing fancy up here. And at the top, looking out across the land, you see the direction where you came from, a Melwin's Vale, of these massive mountains and the pass that you came through to get down here, and then the rest of Loch Varn and spread out before you as the land gets slightly flatter with lakes, slightly boggy, and just dots of villages around, but we're talking small, medieval, not much. But that's kind of gathering your surroundings. You understand where you are, and that the distress signals were coming from further in Loch Varn's Vale area up here.
What would we see of the mole hills?
Of the molehills, you see quite a few of them dotted in the initial landscape. And again, there's a blanket of snow kind of over this area here, but you do see that earth has been disturbed and that it looks like whatever creatures were within there likely left recently.
And do we have like a general idea from this vantage point of what direction they may have went?
Give me perception on that specifically.
Okay.
I'll also take natural environment if you'd like to do that instead.
10. Thank you.
It is not easy to discern which direction those creatures would have gone. The molehills, the holes are big enough to be able to know that they had left recently, but snow has since fallen, and if there were tracks, had most likely been covered.
I'm changing my die. I keep getting 1, 2, 3s. You're banished.
Jail dice.
Jail.
Would anyone like to look for anything up here in the tower?
I would
yeah.
as soon as we look or enter into this room. Nobody's here, I'm guessing.
There's nobody here.
Just a light on. I'm gonna quickly glance across any desks or anything like that. That
Yeah.
might be anything, eyes across.
Sure.
16.
Okay. You look at what appears to be a desk, probably of a captain of some type here. And do you find a letter here that I will put in the chat and read to you.
Ooh. Gonna read us a story.
This reads, Yeah, because it's long, that's why I want to read it. This reads, Sire, I am writing to you in order to inform you of a preoccupying situation here in Loch Varn. Several of my men have disappeared without a trace, and the same has happened to several of Loch Varn's inhabitants. A few of my men have noticed strange activity in the forest, which indicates that there could be Feondas about. We have in particular found molehills 3 feet wide, an unfamiliar thing in the region. However, it is also possible that a party of marauders, active for several months, is at the origin of such troubles. Several patrols have reported unusual activity near the derelict Magentist laboratory. It is thus possible that people or worse creatures have made this place theirs. We require reinforcements to clean this place of what is lurking there. I will be expecting news from you, your faithful servant, Harold Tor.
I'd like to look around and see if there's any like loose boards or stones or whatever. See if there's any like little hidey holes.
Any
Anywhere.
little hidey holes. Okay, give me a little perception.
Do any of you know who Harold Tor is?
14.
I'll take relation checks to the question that Ian just asked regarding Arwen's search. There's not much here. I mean, we're talking medieval era, rugged time. There's not, it's very simple in here. And you think that as you look around, this was likely an area to receive and send correspondence from, mostly.
We're
And I
not
also got a
Tor.
14 on relation.
Yeah, I got a 13 with a nat 10. I don't know if that counts for anything.
The name Harold Tor does not ring a bell to any of you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it looks like these molehills are out that way. I think we kind of have our bearing. Anyone jot down a map or anything like that?
I could jot down a quick map. Yldiane, could you help me out with the map? You seem to be the map girl. That seems to be like a thing. Okay. Also, I'm not sure if somebody asked this already about the Feondas. Was that something somebody asked about?
Nobody asked
I
about...
wrote a note of it with a question mark because I was like
Okay.
waiting until there was a moment. So yeah, I want to know too.
Yeah, is sorry.
No, you're good. Feondas in this world, as far as you know them to be, this is common knowledge to most people. Feondas are creatures of different amalgamations of horror, shadow, terror. They show up in many different forms. It's entirely possible that they can show up as giant centipedes. It's also entirely possible for them to show up as a necromantic blade knight. These are the evil creatures of this world. And reading about the Feondas in this letter from... let me check something before I give you something you're not supposed to know.
No, just keep going.
No.
I'll forget.
I don't take notes.
As everyone's writing
Canonically,
notes
we
down.
do forget.
While none
Yeah.
of you here know who Harold Tor is, having it addressed, that letter addressed to Sire, it's a safe assumption that this letter was written by the captain of this outpost, asking for reinforcements. Learning of this, of what the captain has said, it is easy enough for you all to make assumptions that Feondas are likely the cause of distress signals, you think, but then in this letter it also talks about a certain group of marauders that could also be at play here. So there's a question on what it really is. Yeah, Feondas are your more supernatural beings in this world that show up in many, many different forms.
Yeah, I'm gonna jot down a map of the region with the general layout of where the mole hills are with Ildine's help.
Okay. That's easy enough to do, no roll required for that.
Alright.
You think you jot it down to the best of your memory of what is going on here.
Alright. Has anybody... I'm talking in character. Has anybody seen any Feondas before?
Ian might have.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Possibly. While on his run.
What were they like?
Scary.
Gotcha.
I try to avoid most things. Stick to the shadows and all that. Yeah, I can't tell you very much about him. I don't think. I just know to avoid him.
Urvan,
Is it bad news that we're going hunting for them?
Maybe in a group it might be a little bit better. But usually I'm on my own. So.
Urvan, in the chapel where you are alone here. And you notice movement, shadows in the watchtower.
Have I already checked the watchtower? Is that somewhere I've already been?
I would say you have been here for a couple of days. So you certainly already would have, inspected, seen if anybody was here. For all intents and purposes, you are here at this chapel waiting for word. You essentially were told to go here and wait.
And was I given any warning as to what I might find and that I might not have a reception of people here waiting for me?
You would have been told to be wary of the work of the Demorthans in this area. And the fear of Feondas is always there.
He would, as a member of the Knights of the Church, he would be expected to fight Feondas.
Yeah, and as you are a Blade Knight in training, so yes.
He's not thrilled about the possibility of Feondas being in the tower, and so he's, but he is. He sees the activity, he hears movement, and he is concerned. But he's also mindful of the fact that he is in the literal house of God, in the chapel, and if there was ever a time where you would have to show your bravery, it'd be when you're in the literal house. So he sort of takes a few breaths to steady himself. He steps out of the chapel with his sword drawn and his shield up, sort of coming out, watching side to side. Okay. And as he does, he looks up at the tower and sees. It's dark at the moment, I assume.
It is it is daytime. It is gray, just by nature of the weather. It's not like a blizzard or anything, but it is daytime.
Do I see them, or do I just know that there's someone in the tower?
You recognize movement in the tower. You are a little too far. You would have to get up closer. And I would say, Arwen, as you are up there kind of looking around for anything else, looking out the window, you see somebody in silver armor with a sword and shield walking towards the tower.
He stops short of the door and thinks back to his training of, how to, the lessons of how to storm a tower, and with that is the first part of that equation is task. Is it required to storm the tower? And it's very much he looks around at the tower and sort of goes, "There's no way out of the tower except this door, so I don't need to go up." And so he sort of just into the open door, sort of with his sword drawn, shield out. "Avaunt, foul creatures! I am a sworn knight of God, and I am here to dispatch you back to whence you came. Have at you."
Give me a performance check, please, Urvan.
That is going to be a 12.
Okay. Arwen, you hear this?
Oh, sorry, no, that's going to be a 15.
Okay, well, better. Arwen, you certainly hear that and think, do they know what they're doing?
Call down. Ho there! We were responding to distress calls. Are you a member of this camp?
He looks sheepishly as he's staring at the door. He hears this from above and just slowly looks up and steps back a bit and looks up, and the sword sort of droops a little bit. It doesn't drop, it just droops. And sort of not per se. I was dispatched to I was dispatched to aid in this fortification, but it's been a couple of days and I haven't seen anyone. You're actually the first. I've made the chapel my home for that time, and what do you know about what happened here so far?
So I would make my way down the stairs. I'd probably ask if I could bring the document with me, the letter, to show him and see if he knows anything about it.
Yeah, certainly.
As she comes down, he sort of steps back far enough.
Sorry,
that,
someone just at my door. I'll be right back.
It's okay.
He steps back far enough that he's not pressing her at the door, and puts the sword down far enough that he's ready to sheath it, but he hasn't sheathed it fully yet. He's wary of the locals. He's not from here, so he's like the tip is in the scabbard, but it hasn't been dropped in, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And he's may I know your name?
My name's Arwen. I'm retired military. What's your name?
Urvan. I'm Urvan. I'm I'm a knight in training of the one true God.
Oh.
Yes.
How nice.
You said you were dispatched because of distress signals. May I ask how long ago this was?
You'd been traveling for about a week up until getting to this point.
We set out about a week ago, my party and I, and we were expecting to meet with the guard here, but haven't seen anyone. Do you know where they might be?
Was Urvan expecting a reception? Was he expecting guards to be here ready for him, or because he was told to wait?
You were told to wait, but you weren't told to wait for these people. It was more that more of the, like, more adepts of the temple were supposed to arrive here and meet you here. These are not the people you were waiting for.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about what happened to the people here. I was waiting for people of my order to join me, but they have yet to arrive.
And then I would call up and let everyone know, that I'm chatting with our knight in training friend here, and see if they'll come down and we can kind of convene about what we should be doing next.
Urvan, you have 2 documents on you. You have 2 pages from the registers of the temple that were in this chapel here. I will put them in chat. They are very wordy. I'm only going to read portions of these, but of course feel free to read all of them if you would like. Oops. These are dated in 850 of this world, and for the purposes of this story, you are about 50 years post when these were written. The notes on the first one say, this year was marked by an increase in the magentist experiments in the region. Oh, I gotta fix this. The authorities of Tal Care should be more careful and not yield to the lures of riches from the Razite universities financing these operations. Razites are your magentists. Tal Care is like the country. I know to what extremes the magentists go in our country of Guider. We're not going to get into it. The relations have turned sour in the Vale. Tensions are still gravitating around the magentist works. Versal's men are digging the earth, probably looking for their precious flux. It would seem that for reasons I cannot fathom, they have roused the anger of Loch Varn's Demorthen. I have done my best to calm things down, mainly by advising the people of Loch Varn not to meddle with the magentists. The second one says, unfortunately, the dangers of a war with Guider are putting me in a tricky situation. Many are those who fear an invasion of the temple, and my task gets harder every day. There is worse, though. The magentists have been slaughtered, and their installations ransacked. Loch Varn's Demorthen is not personally leveling accusations at me, but he has clearly been telling behind my back that my supposed allies hidden in the mountains are responsible for such a crime. I think that the culprits are actually this man and his henchmen. It may well be that I am not safe here anymore, and that I have to depart, which would leave this region in ignorance and darkness.
Would the locals in the tower be visibly Demorthen to Urvan?
You question around Liam, for sure. But so Demorthen is a druid. It's also a title that somebody holds. In these registers, it is specifically referencing one druid who is not here because these were written about 50 years ago.
These are written a long time ago, but they would probably... This is Urvan's first outing to this region, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yes, locals here in this area, there are more Demorthen, more druids around here, definitely. Yeah. And having read these registers of the temple, there appears to be a magentist named Versal who was digging around here looking for fossil flux. And that caused some problems. The Demorthen disagree with this. The Demorthen do not want anything to do with magentists in their area. And they blame the magentists for the slow-growing Feondas showing up, the giant centipedes showing up, attacks happening. You, as a person of the temple, also not super cool with magentists.
Yeah. Well, I do have some documents from the previous occupant. that was a long time ago. The people here, the guards, that was 50 years ago, but they mentioned some agentists' activity in the area that has, well, I assume, hopefully, stopped. But there's been tensions in the past. I'm not sure if they're resurfacing. He offers the notes that he has in his possession in trade, and as he does, the sword sort of slides into the scabbard. But his left hand stays on the hilt just in case.
I want to say for the rest of you at this kind of point in the story, your goal is to get to Varn's village, which is, having looked up from the watchtower, you would have been able to see Varn's village. And this is where your original orders would have sent you to. Through the pass, you come across the watchtower, and now at this point, your next step is to go to the village and meet with the council members there.
So where exactly are you supposed to be going? You said you were dispatched to here?
Well, I was supposed to meet other members of my order, but I don't know exactly when they will arrive. I wasn't really expecting to wait days, but so far I'm the only one who has made it until I met you. I don't suppose you've seen any sign of people of my background, my faith?
No. Not on our travels, no.
Troubling. Well,
we are headed to Varn's village is our next stop. I mean, maybe some of them went there.
Is the village, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the area. Is it welcoming to outsiders, or?
You haven't been there yet.
No, I'm asking in character to the locals.
Oh, yes. They also have not been there yet.
I don't know. I've never been to the village myself.
We could find out
I
together.
don't think.
Well,
You're welcome to travel with us, I guess.
He kind of looks over at the chapel, and the chapel he stayed in for a couple of days on his own, and in this creepy abandoned ruin of a fortress it would probably be thorough to make sure they haven't been held up at one of the local villages nearby. I can be back here. I can be back here very soon if they haven't. I suppose that would be the prudent thing to do, wouldn't it? Yes. If you'll have my company, I'll gladly accompany you, and if I can be of service in whatever ails this place, this vale, I'm more than happy to lend you my my sword, as such as it is.
At this moment, I'm going to put us back in camp. So we have just gone through the memory of your initial meeting, of going to the watchtower. You remember going to the watchtower, meeting Urvan. Urvan accompanies you, and you're back here at camp, having relived these memories with each other. I will say, however, Ian, in remembering this meeting of Urvan and how your journey started, you remember Urvan was with somebody. A man named Jaber. But in recollecting this, Only Ian remembers that person. Urvan, you do not.
Nobody mentioned Jaber, but I swear I remember that there was... You had a companion, didn't you, Urvan?
Sorry? No. Not that I remember. I was sent to the chapel to await my companions. They never showed up, and I joined you from there.
My memory's not always the best, but I swear that there was two of you that accompanied us. Does nobody else remember that?
Kind of like not how some people don't remember Jiren. Curious.
It is
Something
strange.
weird.
Someone
Something weird is happening.
Someone
Arven-
is playing some kind of well, maybe some kind of game with our minds. I am uncomfortable with this. It seems like the work of some demonic entity. I think we should keep our wits about us as we pass through this veil.
Arwen and Ian, I know that you both are skilled in, I don't know, acts of subtlety. Do you notice any footprints leading out that might be the other person that we don't remember? You said Jiren?
I will take
Natural
environment, if you have it, looking specifically for footsteps around the camp that may relate to somebody else that is not here.
10.
10. You don't pick anything up here. Arwen, you're welcome to make a roll as well.
Since I'm nearby, I'll help out.
Sure.
By looking too. Perception, right?
Natural environment for this one.
Natural environment. Okay, gotcha. Oh, God.
No, I don't really see anything.
9.
What remains here that is proof that there was somebody else with you is the bedrolls. But their things are gone. And it's like hard, rocky, grassy ground, but pretty hard too. Think Scotland.
They just vanished. With
No
their
traces that
thing.
we could find.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find them where we're going.
That's possible. Maybe they lost us just the way we lost them, and they're hoping to meet us in the village, but something tells me
What
that's not
happened?
the case.
What happened when we got to Veros village?
You, having sat and remembered your initial trek, where you are now is you left the chapel and the tower, traveled for a bit, and made camp. So you have not made it to the village yet.
Ian, could you describe Jaber to us? I wonder something really quick. Just, what do they look like?
He's about the same height as Urvan, roughly the same attire, short brown hair. I don't know, he was a bit smaller than Urvan was. I don't know.
Not ringing any bells, I'm afraid.
Arwen and Yldiane, could you describe Jiren? Is what Ian just described sound like that?
Jiren was a little bit more rugged from your memory, had a bit more of a big old scratchy beard.
Jiren had a big beard. Big old scratchy beard.
A little more rough around the edges than what you're describing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
All right.
definitely don't remember that. And they were with us all the way from the chapel?
I remember Jiren going to the chapel and everything with us, right? And like at the tower and met with everyone.
Yeah.
And I remember him making camp with us.
Yes.
Okay. Jiren was there. I can't trust my memory right now, but I know he was there.
Do you think that they both might be the same person? If we're already hunting a creature that is made of darkness and horror, who knows what else that they can do? Maybe they can shapeshift. Maybe they can mess with our memories.
Messing with our memories, I grant you, I can't remember either of these gentlemen, but there are 2 bedrolls with us that are unfilled, and we're talking about 2 separate people that you all seem to remember, at least in part. I have no recollection of either of them. I remember distinctly several nights alone in the chapel where I was... I said my prayers a few more times than strictly necessary. Let's put it that way.
Huh.
Do we think it's possible that they awoke in the night while we were having our experience in our dreams and went to investigate something, and they could just be nearby?
Maybe.
Because they took their things with them. I would think if they had been taken from camp, their things might still be here.
That would make sense. I'm just... Why don't I remember these 2 gentlemen if we were with them just a few short hours ago? I'm very uncomfortable with the fact that I can't remember 2 people who apparently were with us, one of whom apparently has been with me for a lot longer, and I have no recollection. I'm deeply disturbed by this. I can only ascribe it to some kind of demonic power over the mind, some kind of bewitchment, maybe. I'm not... I think we should press on to the village. If they have made their way somewhere, it's the only place I know of nearby that would be somewhere to go to, but I can't imagine why they would leave us alone and head on without us.
Well, I think you're right. I do think we should move on and head towards the village, and maybe they're there. Maybe they did go out looking for something and they figured that they would just meet us at the village. But just in case they come back here looking for us, I feel like, if possible, we should leave some sort of token or note or something that they could potentially understand. We're telling them where to go without telling them where we're going. I don't know.
I'm going to write down something in my journal to kind of indicate the area that we're going to next, and leave that behind.
Okay.
There's
Kind of like partially stick it underneath a rock so it doesn't blow away.
You should probably write down a bit more, whatever details you can about these 2 men. Perhaps I'm just the first to lose the memory. Maybe this is happening to all of us, and maybe it would be helpful to have something written down about them. Once we leave, we may not have the prompt of 2 empty bedrolls to remind us that they are gone.
That is actually a good idea. I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna write down what it is that he said into my notebook. A note for us for later. About those two people.
Reeling from
You know
that
what? I'm actually gonna
backhanded
also.
compliment. Does Urvan's Templar order have some kind of like I'm thinking of when I was a Boy Scout, we had like, you know, we had like survival signs of things you could do with twigs and stuff to show that that's the direction of travel. This is where I stayed. This is, you know, heading back home, that sort of thing. Is there any kind of messaging like that that is something that another member of his order would know?
Sure.
Yeah, he would leave the sort of signs that, you know, pressed on to safety, which would be the village.
Sure. Do you do this by like carving something in a tree or creating something with? How do you do this?
This would be something he carves onto the ground in large, like a symbol that shows that they pressed on,
Okay.
and you know, is carved into the very ground with a stick, sort of thing.
Okay.
So it's
Easy
very
enough.
obvious.
Easy enough for you to do. You do that. And sorry,
Is
Liam,
it-
was there something else?
Yeah, apologies.
No,
I
it's okay.
wanted to write down a little bit about each of us into the notebook because I'm paranoid now.
Smart.
I definitely agree. I was going to suggest the same thing, actually.
If anything, I'm gonna let everybody know. If anything goes on with any of us, I don't know what's happening, and I don't like it. I think it has to do with the creatures that we're hunting, but I don't know. It just read this, and I'm gonna point to where it is I have in my pocket. If anything happens, this is where the information is.
Okay.
Is it still dark?
As you say that, you see the sun begin to crest over the horizon as it rises for the day.
I would like to climb a tree.
Okay.
Just because it's cool.
Climbing a
You love it up
tree
there.
is not difficult for you. I will not make you roll for it. What do you do in the tree?
I just kind of want to look around and see if I can see at least in the direction between us and the village, if there's, you know, anything concerning, or if I can see if they did leave our camp and you know, I can see maybe a path that they would have taken, if I could see anything like that.
You see a pathway leading down through this valley as it kind of moves down. There are trees sparsed here and there throughout. You don't see anything obstructing your path to the village. And you do not see any sign of these other companions that allegedly were with you.
Okay. Climb back down
Okay.
and relay what I did not see.
Wow.
The
Thank you for
sun-
listening, bro.
Long list.
It was a good morning workout.
The sun begins to kind of rise over the horizon, slowly begins to dissipate some of the fog throughout here, and we will make our way to the village. We're just gonna go right there. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure we're gonna finish this today. I'm gonna see how far we get.
Do we have like a cutoff time? Do you have in mind?
I'm normally like a 4.5 hours person. And I originally said we'll try to do this for 5 to 6 hours, but I don't want to rush some of the stuff in this either. So
Sure.
we may need to come back to it. When we get to it, we'll see. We'll see how far we get. I don't know.
Okay. All I wanted to add is I was not expecting to experience this much pain. So whenever it is we're ready to wrap up, I am good. So I'm here for whatever it is you got.
Okay.
Sorry, I just a day and a half ago got my first IUD,
Oh, yes.
and it is
I'm
in
sorry.
there
Yeah,
so
owie.
much.
Well, let's
God
see
damn, is it in
about
there.
All of the hugs.
how far we
have-
get through at the village, and we may call it after then, and I'll get with you guys about a second time, or one more session certainly would wrap it up.
That sounds good.
And I know you're sleepy, Ace.
Yeah, I have insomnia, and they put me on a new medication. It's hard to wake up now once I actually fall asleep. So I don't fall asleep until like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then it's really hard for me to get up. So it's
Yeah.
it's rough. It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Insomnia is a bitch.
Moving on to Varn's village, which rests nearby Loch Varn, the lake. You see a humble village, a couple of buildings, some homes where people do actually live. You see nobody's very well to do here as you enter here, although as you begin to approach, you see a couple of the villagers kind of wave at you all. And one little kid runs up to you, Arwen, and says, "Did you do it? Did you do it?"
Did I do what?
"Did you find the bad guys?
Oh.
Where's Hey, where's
which-
that other guy?"
Which bad guys? Can you describe the bad guys to me?
"I didn't know what they looked like. You gotta talk to the elders," and points
Okay.
off to like the center of the village. What you gather
Okay.
here is these people seem to know you all.
And knew that we were with someone else.
Is anyone getting the impression that we may have forgotten more than just 2 of our companions?
Groundhog's Day. Except with no memory.
We should ask the elders to describe
dwarves?
whoever the other person was, because if it's a different description, I don't know how many other people we may have forgotten.
I don't even know how they know us, so that might actually be a good idea.
We should probably find out how long ago we were here as well, because I have distinctly no memory of being in this village, and even meeting all of you was in the chapel, well, at the tower, just yesterday. So if I've been here before, how long have I been here?
How old are you?
Well, I
Like in
am.
general?
Yeah, he
22.
He has to look at these things.
As
I
far
am
as you know, you're
21 years
22.
old.
You're
22.
21.
I'm 22 years old. I am with a grey head, but I am 22 years old.
All right, I'm gonna make my way to the to the elders.
As we kind of push through the village here, and you see a large circular structure kind of in the center of this village. And again, there are people, nodding at you, recognizing you, waving. A couple little kids run up and hand you all some little flowers, little wreaths, little crown things made for you. You are all very well received here, including you, Urvan. As you step into this,
Even you.
as you step into this building here, come here. Meow. I gotta make him stop meowing. You step through and you see an older woman. Again, lifespan is typically around 35 here, but that does not mean that elderly folk. It doesn't mean people don't survive. There are certainly still older people here. You see an older woman who I think Liam, Arwen, and probably Yldiane recognize as the Damathair of this village. And a Damathair is essentially somebody who raises all the kids of a village. While they people certainly still have their own mothers and fathers, there is one person that is really responsible for raising them, educating them, and being a part of this small community. So you see this Dammit there. She has long white hair, probably in her 60s, in some raggedy clothing. Not too raggedy, some like polished or boiled leather. It seems decently nice for where they are. Certainly somebody of a little bit higher station. You see you all enter, and she looks at you all and says, "Where's Jiren?"
We don't know. We woke up and he was gone. His bedroll was there and all his items were gone, but we don't know.
I'll take perception checks from everyone as we're entering into this room here as well.
It's 12.
12.
Oh, are we counting the damage from before?
Yep, you still have... Yep.
Okay.
15.
14.
12.
14.
8.
14. 15. Yldiane, you see, kind of in the back of the room here, nestled in a seat next to a pretty big brazier, an old man pushing 90, wearing a necklace with an amulet, and is just seated there, observing what is occurring. This does appear to be, from what you are able to recall now, the elder man in the ruins.
And so this is like, comes back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm remembering that from the dream.
Yes. And you know that this man would be a Demorthan, would certainly be an older elder druid.
Okay.
I
The
bow in
Demorthan
reverence.
over there. He was in the dream. He was in the ruins with us. I remember his amulet.
I don't remember any of that.
No, me neither.
You see the Damather steps forward and is like, Jiren went with you. He went with you to the ruins, to the expedition.
It seems like only some of us remember Jiren even existing.
Oh, this is not good.
Do
I
you know
have no
what's
memory of
happened to
him.
Daorn, and you see she turns her head to the elder Demorthan in the back. His name is Daorn, Deorn. She turns, says, Daorn, come forward. He kind of stands up, his achy bones, steps forward, and doesn't say anything for a moment. And she says, what is happening with them? Where is Jiren? And you see he clutches the amulet closer and says, it's the curse. The curse of those ruins. The curse of the Magentists. You all begin to somewhat remember that Daorn, this Demorthan, believes that whatever the Magentists did in this laboratory is 100% at fault for the Feondas showing up and this brown earth phenomenon that has overtaken this land. You see she kind of like grabs onto one of your shoulders and said, you must be under the effects of that curse. It was Jiren that went with you. Daorn, you must go. You must go back with them. And he kind of clutches his amulet. Go ahead.
I'm not sure if... I mean, don't get me wrong, I agree something bad is definitely happening to us, but I don't know if that means we'll be able to protect your revered elder.
You watch as like his eyes, and this is kind of the first time seeing anything somewhat otherworldly outside of your nightmare in the ruins, you see his eyes light up amber colored. Just like nothing crazy. There's just like a sheen over his eyes that turns amber, and it kind of taken aback for a moment. Oh, this is an ancient druid. And as he clutches onto his amulet, I will be fine.
Well, I'm convinced and slightly afraid. How long ago did we set out with Jaren?
2 days ago.
2 days. And how long were we here before then?
Oh, we fed you. You got food. We had told you of what we believe is happening, and you set out. You were not here long.
A day?
About a day.
So we're missing 3 days of, at least, of time. The memories I have are of arriving and not even getting to this village up until now. But from your count, I've been here and then left and then come back, and everything between arriving in the Vale and arriving here has been erased from my memory. Is there some local evil that is known to do this other than these ruins? Is there any specific legend or myth or local explanation for what I've experienced?
Daorn steps forward closer and gets closer to you, to your face, Urvan, and says, "It is the Magentists. We will put an end to it in the ruins."
I'm absolutely fine putting this on their feet. I am struggling to see how they've done this to me.
Liam, would you mind giving me a perception check, please?
It's made a sense.
11.
11. As Urvan is having this conversation with Daorn, you see a figure that just kind of moves across the room here and exit out the back, but you catch a silver glint of a bracelet on his arm.
I follow.
Okay. You follow? As you do so, you kind of exit on the side of this building and look around. And you do not see this person.
I look around like the side of the tent, just kind of running around in.
Yeah.
If I see anybody, I'll ask, did you see anybody wearing a silver bracelet?
Yeah, you see an old woman just kind of weaving some cloth together as you kind of turn the corner of this tent, and she looks up and says, "Oh, it's you. No, it's just me here."
Okay, thank you. Your weaving's beautiful, by the way.
"Oh, here." She hands it to you.
Oh,
"For your travels."
thank you. I appreciate it. Be safe, and I'll go back to the tent where my companions are.
Standing here in this tent, having this somewhat of a tense conversation, it seems like Daorn is really trying to kind of force this idea of the Magentis on this. And you see that the Demether here has, for those of you with high empathy, you don't think that she has any reason to not go with what Daorn is saying. It seems like it makes sense to her. Somebody from the back kind of perks their head up and goes, "It could be a haunting."
Haunting? Is that common in these parts?
Oh, you never know with Feondas about it. some people go crazy. My uncle went fucking nuts, man. It could be a haunting. It could be whatever the Magentas are doing. It could be something else entirely. And he kind of like zones out, thinking about that.
We must get to the bottom of it, whatever it is. I do not like things playing with my memory. I don't like the idea of missing so much time and potentially even comrades. These ruins, how far are they?
About a day's walk east.
We came west.
You came from the north in this
Came from
crazy reality timeline you're in. Approaching the village for the first time, you came down from the north. Village is in the south. Ruins are to the east.
Can I, looking out of the tent, can I see the direction we came, and does that tally with what I think happened? We think we came from the north. Does that now, with where the sun is in the sky, does that seem to tally? Or
Yes.
does it seem like we came from? Okay, so we somehow ended up in the north from the west, from the east. Sorry. And he turns to the other. So we were on the path east, and we ended up north of the village. So at some point we veered off course.
The only explanation can be a curse, or something is playing with your mind, something has corrupted you all.
I think it's pretty clear something has been messing with our minds.
Yes, I agree. I think I will need to pray for some protection for us.
You see the Damothera steps forward and says, "Yes, you may all rest here for the night. We will send one additional warrior with you again this time." And you see she calls over and says, "Rhiannon, you will go." And you see this tall woman step forward in leathers with like a great sword and stands there and says, "Yes, I will go. For the evening, you may all bed down, catch your breath, and we'll leave in the morning."
My thank you for the hospitality you have shown again.
We owe everything to the loyalty of Melwyn's Vale to us and assisting us. I hope we figure it out.
Yes.
Me too.
She leads you all to some, very simple bedroll type situation. Not your own rooms. You're all kind of like in this same, almost like a barn together here to bed down for the night.
This all feels so weird. I don't understand.
I still don't recognize this place. Not a bit of it. But they all know me. And I've forgotten entire people. Comrade. An entire journey. Nothing prepared me for this level of corruption. No other word for it.
Go ahead and give me a mental resistance roll, Urvan.
That is a natural 10.
That is a natural 10.
On top of my 8, I think it is. Minus 2. So
I'm gonna
16.
have you take 5 hardening points on a natural 10.
Nice.
Despite everything you've seen, you are able to stave off severe psychological torment. And I think maybe curiosity saves you from taking 5 trauma points instead. Okay.
How have they done this to me?
We all
What Scientological nonsense has
bed
done this to me?
down here, unless there's anything else anyone would like to do.
I would. When Urvan steps off to pray, I give him a moment and then I follow him out there.
Okay.
And I approach and I say, I hate to interrupt your prayers. Can I sit here for a moment?
Of course. Would you like to join me? I'm always happy to pray with someone else.
I can't follow you in your prayers, but I wanted to say I saw you trying to protect the Dior, and I want to say thank you. I'm sorry I've been a bit rude to you. I've had bad experiences with your people before.
I understand. Not all of my people's interactions with the outside world have been positive. And of course, I'm not well established here, so I'm becoming accustomed to it. But I appreciate it. I appreciate your thanks.
I grab out a flower, a couple of flowers that I've been collecting along our travels, and I hand them to Urvan, and I just say, steep this in your tea in the morning. It'll be calming, I promise. And I just give him a tap on the shoulder and say, good night, and head back inside the tent.
He sort of places the flowers very carefully in a pouch. Good night. Thank you. And then turns back to his prayer, takes off his boots, and kneels down and says his evening prayers.
Anything else from anybody before going to sleep?
Is gonna go over to Yldiane and just kind of, heavy sigh because we've been processing a lot, and I want to embrace her and ask her how she's feeling dealing with all this memory loss.
Not great, but I'm more worried with what comes next. With those nightmares, and a lot of it feeling like memory, but not memory. I can't help but wonder if this is a premonition, and we're walking into a trap.
I have that same inclination. I think we should try to prepare ourselves as best as we can and keep our wits sharp.
I agree. How are you feeling?
I could use some rest, to be honest.
I feel that. We have to make sure to keep an eye on the others. I'm not so sure how great they are with combat.
Mhm.
And
with
really,
that,
I
I'll-
mean you.
Mhm. I'll start prepping my bedroll and making sure that all my accoutrement for the next day is all prepared and ready and good to go at a moment's notice.
Okay.
I'd say Ian goes and finds like a corner, and with everything just very confusing, and I don't think he's gonna sleep all that well. I think he's gonna be staying up and racking his brain and watching what happens.
Okay.
He might nod off here and there, but
Okay.
yeah, constant paranoia is going to be picking in his brain and
Yeah.
causing a bit of insomnia.
Truly unable to sleep. Put your brain, mind at ease, and I will also take a mental resistance roll from Ian.
Excellent. 8
8.
plus 6, 14.
14. Okay, take 2 trauma points for me.
Fills up the symptom.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. So, all of you having bed down for the night, Ian certainly awake. A little prayer, a little gift, a little friendly hug. Liam, my dear Liam, as you fall asleep, you find yourself in a very pleasant dream. You are back in Melwyn's Vale as a child, a young boy, and you are happy. You are running in a field, and you see another young boy runs up to you. It says, "Hey Liam, you're it!" And as this other young boy tags you, you see a silver bracelet on his arm as he begins to run away.
I'm at it. You're it. Get back here. I'm just gonna chase after him.
As you chase after him and he's running through these fields and you just get up and you reach your arm out to touch him, you are suddenly immediately placed back into the Magentus ruins where you see the silver bracelet of this man and you watch as Ian unleashes an arrow into his jugular, and it's like an out-of-body experience. You are watching yourself attempt to fix this wound around his neck, and in a scream, you wake up. Except you don't actually wake up. As you begin to gather your surroundings, you see your companions are not near you. You see your brother sitting next to you, of current age, short brown hair, cropped, wearing a silver bracelet, sitting next to you, looking at you, with hollow eyes and a massive open wound in the middle of his neck. And he says, "You killed me, Liam."
How do I save you? I didn't do anything. I don't know. How can I help you?
As you say, "How can I save you?" you see all blood begins to drain from his body, from his face and his eyes, and he speaks, and it's so rough in his voice, but he begins to say, "I was not a bandit. I was with the Razite agents, Magentus agents. I couldn't tell you. I was worried about the traditionalists of this land." And he takes out a piece of parchment that has those runes on it that said the Savelli's Passion, and hands it to you. Blood soaking the paper as this wound in his neck gets bigger and bigger until it begins to encompass his entire neck, and his head slightly falls off.
I hold his head as it basically falls from his body, and I'm just stroking the cheek, being like, "No, we can fix this."
As you do that, you awake once more for real. Ian, you've certainly watched all of this. You would have watched Liam squirming in his sleep and then jolting up. And Liam at your side, you do see that puzzle now stained in blood. And we'll end it here, I think.
What the fuck?